repeat the womb. And the IAB for election 2020. Da Osha 2012, the 2016, the Enema. Over 2020, the Eneconim. If I buy Papa B, and this is a Papa B about Ghana 4P, Home Faso. That is the difference. You could time by. It has said Ghana for say, may you mistake that. Say, James said, your mama bet you a bear Ghana ye. Yet the Ghana, my mama, if you have him, won't be here. If you say the Ghana, or the assemblyman. Yes, you the presiding officer benim, or the MP, or your deputy minister, or your minister, or your vice president, the president Louis, and man be injury time president. Ghana force out to Ababano, and man be president. O beyond Ghana ha abaya born who can't change your mama. I said the president said in some one at the injury time no. Or none of the call IMF for true letter. Say Bruni sa metra Ghana ha. Non check the memo because of lack of policy credibility. The letter of the IMF no. Or say or lack of policy credibility and the economic and financial the assistance. No be no the call. That means I didn't Ghana for nya ratio mo say your mama be bu man you know. Or no tro kwa IMF say kojo to ontia se won timi nya. E tia de no say dey abai no man. Am paso so mo hwe do mo keka ya won timi. As I see 200 secondary schools, I think you may see 50. Over 4 years, no see 50. 29 and no way. Also, I see 10 colleges of education. 4 years when see back crowd. Private college education crowd absorb you Bunsiano. When you are my financial clients, the teacher for the intro book. Nipa way. Or starting progressive free SHS. Say JT. Now you day school 48 CDs per student. 2 years when to be in Chiaka. A Bubo for school for the deaf and blind. 28 for the Wagana. 2 years no the cover in Chia. Feeding God crowd, teacher training allowance no the buy no. When Chia and the call. Or no handing over those. You will copy that. Let me that show. When Chia, it's in your mama bag Ghana so be any. Now university phone Chia. Water and electricity. Or the best start to say university phone Chia, water and electricity. Or the child book and research allowance. Lecturers. Oh, the party. On the teacher training allowance. On the nursing training allowance. Et you push out who say, a day I also see a way to be a C. Progressive free SHS. I don't know. One time insurance premium went to be a year. Also, I know only magician one for Nipa. And you unemployed graduates association. Sakon Popo di Webe Jamachi, who fear Chidanopa. So, one to Abamame. I say free SHS. My entire the desperate whimsical nonsense of a desperate politician will be at me. Bureaucrat or say I bet you are free SHS 20 years. I bet you 20 years. Yet being child you are free and then Colony did impressor. Omushataye, a chef first school tuma, S books, exercise books, notebooks, meaning the man colony free. Technical drawing equipment free. Technical school free. The color 65,000 now benefited from technical school. A color 1.2 million and now benefited from the now free SHS. I didn't share. Scandal of hard way because your mama catches what we have that can do pedicure 15. What's what we am not can do? The Ghana so. What but that parliament, what we have that can do pedicure 15. Now the way is so dreadful. Hey! Monsieur Berry.
A president
of
the republic.
The only president of Ghana or your vice president, they accused of corruption. Brazil, Koto play with Brazil, Martin Midrekai. Or your president, they accused of corruption. Okoye road, Dodo Super Passing Road, Okofa Kanazo, the expedition. Or your ex-president or Prekuni, you're accused of corruption, Airbus. Corruption, the judge of Mama Sasumro. Doric Rabbi. A BC though, Amber journalist Fubi, let me share the name. That's a tear. But journalist Fubi to be share me president and him. I can't tell you corrupt. Bebois.
Yeah.
I come in and I walk out of the studio. How dare you? I bet your tablet accuse Prime Minister saw you corrupt and now said John Mamba the corruption Google anymore city. Bruni beat me Gusano question. What's that as a person, as a Ghanaian, as a head of state, and I want
as a president or as a human being.
Want it. No, don't want to. This is TV and Yan Maniate. Yeah, Donald said how many? President Mills can say, or say I cannot be corrupted. Now how to say I'm incorruptible.
Yeah.
That is the leader we should follow. And yet your family and friends are corrupted, they join the Saturday. Oh no, I can't show the book. Or so indecisive, what do you mean you're not doing? Nipa, where the Ghana said this, sir. Yet the Ghana bet you should be on one's own to be you're not doing. And then, free SHS and your papa, 47 advert, offered you also free SHS on the start here. Now, OJ one, Nipa bet the TV Casasa.
So, Doc, my main Musa say, Mobile, not a Mumusio, when she say, ye, not to say, free SHS no. Na ehin na yewo na say na musi kura na ye ba be du sam pempensui
ye ba ye na free SHS be enyo na do free SHS I so be catch say na president Kufo ba na free SHS o adentia na nothing grants and na nothing benefits. Is that equivalent to free SHS? Nothing grants dey eduade pedituaka. As your mama 2 years not the country. Now on the Google 2016. Now Charles Northern sector are 2 schools were 3 months.
Yeah.
But not about to say at 2 school view. And the free SHS and another dear band. Obia did 2 we have said a demfua. I brought for the club I said, let's go away. Obia country beer for the capital machine. Among your papa and the economy papa and another yinti and the yes at the day. A dear free SHS. And not by will be a leaping.
Yeah.
Before a TFA,
livelihood empowerment.
Livelihood empowerment.
Tvet.
Offer for a station over 60,000 people. Yeah. Offer up over 100,000 people. Say economy and grow. MS come over the chance of Africa. Me teacher for 93,724 over the last 4 years. Me was not your mama or unemployed graduate to the association. Not your mama had 3 months pay policy. Oh, you had about 2 years at 3 months pay the year. And now do Uchi Biaka. Says Kid Nima, Nurses at 2011 year for home. Donald have a foul. It is the number 1 thing I also hear President I so economy in way a big group. Your mama throw letter call IMF. So the economy now is bankrupt. Or no crowd your mama or lucky policy credibility. It's Bruni Samra and your colonialism no stack of a buy. I am a former crew, and this for kind of the acquire before. But the Kufoba, no, the acquire before I could control. I'm here finding Ghana. And this and they are by since 1992 constitution or the Ghana IMF. Now MPP for a year, you may year free. Now, and this is for the code Tompo, Abiasa Cotefi. And CBO. And CBO. John Mama's answer to economic doldrums, economic bankruptcy, was to write to IMF to come and assist him economically, financially, and also to bring in policy credibility. What a disgrace. President Bianya Sada, this is John Mama. John Mama pending president, only Sikanko one crew. Skadirai, Sada. Where you be a continuing job platform, so, oh, Nipa Pedocre. Nipa. Empedocre. Ye buy Nipa 100 be under Koye Wasi in Kunta. Not 32% in Kunta. 32%
out of 100.
Out of 100. And I do 63.
Then I'm here.
If you say free SHS now, your mama catch you be say I reduce the quality. Your mama didn't say what can they or because of better. Or say free SHS will reduce the quality. After you see free SHS or board local private school. I didn't know say the quality no. Who say private school the Azaka. O kasa yana yana normal fem.
So I was asking especially in your first year.
When I make a cabal. And I make a cabal. Can I do free SHS no? At the textbook school. Call textbook school. In 8 years of NDC no man taught textbook and secondary school there. Yeah, the elective book school. And this is to elective books there. In fact, Okoma contract a jacka $17 million. Akolano uniform woman supply bida. Akolano house dress woman supply bida. Akolano school cloth woman supply bida. Akolano feeding in 2016 51,000 Ghanaians we wasi. I have for results because we your school fees. Your mama. Meanwhile, no papa is a minister or Kwame Nkrumah Bem, and you starting at the Northern Scholarship stream, or the papa didn't free at Chiwata Primary, a cool stream. Not the papa is Kedi. China and Nobel Catch says Kedi be the non Bankubi. You were Scafo Winjo Mao. And as I bind the entitlement be back from Kola, young Papa no Mamma. Young Mamma be a brat to one school near Papa no was Castle Mufie. It is why you buy now, yes, she say, among Kola, a your future generation. Oh, Baby Digana, so, oh, shed the name, if you shed the name, Papa. 60 years. Ah, Kwabi Command, Northern Grad Scholars for starting. I feel more extended, say, Akolado, Oko School, Shibu, one co school, show, best school, South Gra, young family. And then another to see here, baby, our Ghana. Kokoi Biba, Ehiano. Jifa Biba, Ehiano. Prempe Biba, Ehiano. Eti, on your bed, Sirimanko, baby. Nipa, we are Monabaso. No, I bet just free. Who call you not take that class so fine? Oh, or percent the back of Dubai. No bad obey penny. Now, bad here, and they are demanding third class. And yeah, so between 90 questions, the quad days to see high school, do that 8 Now, second free SHS, Niwa, Commander. Need 2 years progressively free CIS high school, and day school for pay. Wait me 2 years. One time insurance premium went to be on here. 10 colleges of education went to me and see. 200 secondary schools went to me and see. In fact, not secondary schools are all not a war. Yeah, stop you from going to school because I can't. Mean you are about okay for King's Lajman. On the hair, no hair, nothing grand. So nothing grand they need Ministry of Education and call order. To say the free SHS on the history. Yeah. And so not BBI you could you talk. If you say IMF not dear call you know. No economy in the 8 group. The lowest growth rate in Ghana's 1992 constitutional history. Happy under why? John Dramani Mahama 3.2. COVID buy. COVID that we are seeing in America over 1 million people. And now to say I buy more and so no free. Your mama time cholera could nipa 240. And now to say COVID. Who are lifeline electricity are free. Say economy in Gura obey there is adi. Am I yourself? Now cry Bible open. So cry Bible. One of the famous stories of our Bible, a good Samaritan. A comfort a pie I for the home. The new plan. Comfort said an apple home. A soft power home. Yeah. A woman didn't power home. If it's a no money cap prayer with the body pacro. So I don't have the time. Hey, see, Master is at 7 o'clock. It's nice, you can win. You got to do bread. It's a good summer. It's a boy of Bible. It's not Judas or Jesus says a chief. Ubichum scandal the group. Because who hears scandal the idea? Doesn't give out to Caesars. Who hears scandal the idea? Who the chill crew? What's the answer? The Yeska. A Paboko and fast rate died in Messi who also bomb pie the couple days for Boa, sorry, but two collection, not with the sorry dying. I pay for the boss, so about Neo Mudachi, which we said, no more dry day, a cost. It's said another I'd go for a buy. So, economy in Gura, what do you mean, Bibia? Radio stations here, okay. One of the baby, you never go for. And you are said that, Criti. So, I buy about 111 hospitals. So hospital 10 nurses, the doctors say now, and now 111 nurses, the doctors say, and you put to know. Yeah. And you be your view, or be the why ye. A buy papa, and you buy papa, this is say, but now to be a twin young for so, and then you about Uchamo, actually, but she had no a giraffe for him, no a yiska, no a trache, and the other kick him. Oh, yeah, ho. And now they not okay, or see, and they should afford the clock and say, Ahoya. Don't call this a Huna Oka. So, baby, I make a picture. I don't know what you have. I don't know. Yes, I should. I don't know. Ahoya. Oh, yeah, President Otto peacekeeping at the Buddha. And now to buy first day, or you can see peacekeeping fees from $31 to $35. Otto Buddha. And you know, Nita, not so your phone around the Copan Mati upon Matari. Under John Mama, the country was bankrupt. It was rudderless. cancer munu and don't go just stage she was able Spiogabra I don't know year contest one can say in 2016 campaign there was no campaign message so one lunch about the first two then Oti who said Ghana for no papa and that way and now I'm ending the manifesto a check of Ghana for us one sir and then contemporary now president Ben the Koja platform so it do something and be chat trophy what the kind also we chat trophy now can no crack now chat trophy now can no crack said your debate down you be adri hey among yourself near you know your football the able and then that near too and then 10 years you would that say that got to more badwada
free season high school
at the free high school in here a game changer obi abe kobi what do you obi also want to double track as well the pabonini obi also want to double track on person kind of question
obi so want to double track nasia
I said the church no na said ne o say on tiasia no
sa church mu bi mami
me check a fee they call double track the 2 semesters single track na ye call da no e call na 3 terms ye ebe dia to say love back na bro so me ensa eboa love back to be 3 months na ye love back ye refi and the end this libo say double track no obi 3 years 6 months obi at 3 years 6 months obi at 3 years different times total now be 3 years no 6 months but it is okay 3 years 6 months I dey abum na all system no love back require 3.5 months Christmas break was 1 month and 4 months Easter break na say it was 5 months 1 week 5 months 1 week then the nipa 100,000 penny go school 6 months no and the nipa 150,000 go school the papa sa 50,000 na entire fee no why ba and entire fee na said who adwe papa akaba catch Ghana for say approach the baby and in fact Ghana almost like a weekend university for a because weekend schools and then weekend no I don't know school or call on passing only a big afternoon that's a big afternoon no because weekend the child is a school dining teacher for no or making maximum use o fear on powder so that's what 3 months what that for 1 month say part say and now fear now team no o tia busuminsia what go down on team room busuminsia said that say what was the Ashasi University president the kind or say whoever thought of the double track has been ingenious very very clever had a that is your teacher for the car it space there na 5.5 months the colonial school no and you utilize that second track echo you for the double track that's all you no mienu na ba ko pass ye and your mama onya 24 or because secondary school onya 30 onko because no more cut off and then you need cut off 24 beko 30 beko umbeko double track no bia nyansa ifiade no bia kodanim o se wo mpe double track.
Are we keeping it? And I say, you better be a my best Ephraim.
I mean, sure, 2 things. And schools, headmasters need to be per double track home school. It has become a badge of excellence.
Almost the intra.
So because about if you say schools burn a double track, Ghana will be a course secondary school be able to say when a true secondary school or Pexonco. Now, results the bar. Nay, papa, no alcohol. Your first choice or second choice or third choice. Ghana did be why you forced to go secondary school.
Yeah.
The whole Ghana, what is school Uncle Alpha Pa? What is school Uncle Alpha Pa? The whole Ghana.
School
KSTS.
Patasi. The whole Ghana.
Over 27,000 students. And our plus was over KSTS. Who flew our school be okay because if Agri Memorial now.
Agri Memorial. Doctor, what's the reasons in the say if you have been able to find out?
Yes, so we cover. So here KSTS as a Prempany was for Prempany was for best students. Second best doing your Hong Kong because school na yema. KSTS a convenient, a close, a BBA, beboa. Transport links in the BBA, a day school. They are in the body facilities. The Colana Floco, or call Agria. One person who call top schools Vansamane, Adisada, this is Augustus, Wesley Girls, the Holy Child, no Munyano. Munyana, ne school. It is a results cry better than some of the top class schools. Because the Colana Cohono results do the Conin. What you say? It is a bar, St. Colat 30,000 that you see agree. Now agree for facilities for only 1,000. KSTS over facilities for only 1,400. That's 27,000 that you see. What would you do? We are buyer. What did she say, Baba? Now schools papa now collide choosing why expanding facilities whilst developing the other schools. Developing the other schools they for the model schools. It's a district be a person will be yes school will be built. They said yeah sir. Na cars will be ample. They say one of the best schools because President Kufo be built. Koshidi Kodrobo. And the schools do not chance in the day. It's all developing schools and collapse or now at the same time all developing model schools for underserved areas now in Colania baby Kono. I don't need policy. I don't need policy. Because the mama you buy now we schools Libya up to now Colabia and Chisoko because it's William. Up to now, your mama schools will really be a Colabianco because they see him, it's Mulam. They see Chrome Papano and Colana Peswama, you say, assassin the Anibi, Copacoso. It's Chrome, a Colabia to be called. Akubi. What you say? Codomico Venya, it's Chrome, a Colabia to be Kobi. Call Casua, it's Chrome, a Colabia to be Kobi. But you see, Fumbi said the Gambia can't take a hold. Obiako. It is all you are buying us all year planning for education. You have to take in consideration a lot of factors. It is our schools near Benedict. It is Okodrobo, so the South schools here. You're starting to see dormitories to make it a boarding school. So now, Kolanekwa, he has to be a Benantia Kofi. If you don't go to Krum, Okodrobo, so community, about 5 kilometers. When you're not to call you to me and Kodin Suto. President Kai to be uncle is you to Nakola Bedako. Akola and be also called Obedako. Can be a credit quality or a trump. It's just a person of education, don't so the dining see who. What the dining see baby and collaborate. Hebeko. And yet, this careful planning. Now contract you beji wuskenti and over ya baba senti oh ya ko CBS here no planning no strategy around it. In 4 years OC 29 schools you buy another 29 correct. President Kufado the modern schools are OC ko J Kufu Krum ko Kwada so Christian school ko Awaso Uko Aguza yes school ni Usi bi nyabi se was a day school now eja hoko Usi yes teachers quarters say assembly hall as diary hall as library as headmaster the deputy bungalows as teacher for bungalows account are playing ground of school account and no development Akura no rawa yes obede
Minya skanu wa
abai papa or yes, say papa, and be scabacru. I had good Samaritan or no yes can away. Oh, what is about but to come on board home? What I say? Nobody the sick go to pray. That just can the choir son and then confer Kodowa, marbles and so yes can away. So that's kind of fine. Between 2012 and 2013. Elections, Ghana Sika are free my yen to be accounted for $4 billion. And your mama, or the Korea campaign. So campaign now your body and talk at you. Show. Near talk at journalist, near talk at info, near talk at imam for, yeah, Jenny names a Ghana, a baby truso. And the Kusi say 4 years you do munkwa because they discover the better fuel. 4 years you increase electricity price by 250%. They does do. 4 years my university students are teaching water and electricity. 4 years and another what is doom solar now what to be. Okay, bar studio hey. That's a money ho. Come on to. I can get a dem man quite the bed soundproof. I can't continue. I just saw soundproof. Just do the room. Away. Ghana for my ring fit baby a fit. Nanya media be drew conversations. It's not last elections. They are the last. Dear friend, I say how we were. But you know, she said that hey, you see the battle is the Lord. It's here that if you say what about hey, if you know what it said, you are short to that.
Planting for food and jobs.
You see, if you know what to say, you are short to that. Ghana has mechanized agriculture. And what I say irrigation, am I? Yakupon now Ushia Abayno, only two so good no buy so. What was that December November case you talk? Ah? You a feast no man. Or say count your blessings, name them one that we had. And you would see what the Lord has done. No me real feeder. Say Papa ya bay, Bible can. Or say the papa for your man so or man is sipping. The papa do a manner. Maybe I got true. I can tell you that before 4 years before and only 4 years now. Yehudi Pamponini and Yehudi Papa. Yehudi no dream man for him, and Yehudi on dream man for him. Yehudi only got a sika koya to pray, and then the only got a sika shaganem, my economy grew. Sir, economy will be entering free SHS. All the Ghana mom, your mama, also be trim. Also, we'll come back to 3 months pay policy. Also, we try book a research allowance. And look at your Koya the miracle Parliament. And the Fofian to have that. We have for Ghana mentioned the power is. You see a man selfie, non in the Banco School, Dubai, and the information. Oh, my woman was Castle May a true trust election. Yamaka was him.
Okay.
But no paper. Pink sheets that were printed 6,000 pink sheets now, or the research returning officers because we can announce the shame. You need the police stations here. Police stations be a person who is Basabasano. You show me see about 2 weeks. You try be in coffee. You picture it or the bonfire. A electoral commission symbol be at Tamuto by election day. Tell I want to mess with 2 years for born at Tinaso. Also, say any day. Yeah, bonfire on board in Chay. You're very chinchinga.
Eddie, I can't need to make King Kaidina. Yababa di about to Munkomo ye na ye rap me shas out so proper, but first in high school Yabahon Koma, tertiary education.
Sure. To say about the first government in the history of the country, I want tertiary education policy. The university be our governance structure is different. You understand? We have to have a uniform governance structure for the universities to go in. The management and accountability principles must be enshrined. What you say? They say my university in India or university no. What's they say? Untia electricity no water bill.
And also on for the free.
Oh, for the free. After all, Obuchi academic user facility and Obuchi residential user facility is good enough. Miniage my buy so a be portal who office here now open scholarship no apply maybe scholarship because cannot I can say simple to say yes say what open students loan credit top post scholarship so you be one you so do here so we be a no snit say you Ghana near Kuta national ID card never apply we might be you pay your pay you pay we that you pay day. So I buy we, nyame sawo. I buy we, nyame kano. Ekrofo na mo dua normal run about no mo ye susu ade. But so ye papa ade no ko ye susu ade body case you be. How did it? And this is for Ghana you will day. Yet the Ghana mama since independence, what the Ghana so check Crophobia, everybody run is PNDC. or the IMF, or the IMF economic recovery program, and ye structural adjustment program, and ye ton Ghana Japan, and this is ton Ghana Japan, Ghana with your ton Black Star line, your ton State Fishing Corporation, your ton Ghana Food Distribution, your ton Odiabo Gihawk, wait, shoe factory, and you may be a funny pet your ton because you're the IMF. I have some Wontumi. I'm talking about this kind of day. And you're torn no money in your idea. Rollins, baby, Rollins, Abemo year 2000. Now, Abemo no before in 1981 was better than Rollins. Oh, 90 after 90 years. Near devalue, near Toronto pa or G50 yeah. Like I said, you're 50 news. Or G within 2 weeks, one tribute. Rollins. Beboa kasa beboa ye wo ha wo se wo devalue sika o de obia fa de sika ko o de 100 cities ko ado amount 70 is here na honest boost for shiga na 2 years is here na honest ye da curfew ma 3 years it was under honest ye ba ye no sa de wo IMF mu mo sa ko twantro crop ye fine se ko fo abai president fo ye free IMF so for ba o say we have taken you out of IMF. Meboa kasa meboa.
Ah, you are right.
Yeah, but na Dubai no. Yes, our IMF. He has worked to take us off IMF. It is all per economic managers, Papa. It cannot be NDC. It cannot be your option. And this is for the also create root and share. They nim ne wom, ni a ton, ni a di, ni a che. Meboa. Yeah, pim-pam, yeah, painty STC, near the my girlfriend, no more chair, bebois, near a diamond microphone cry. Now, can be who advert me or say, my next house depends upon your mama coming. We want to know. Yes, it girl be your teacher, baby. Or so remember me when you die in the car. No, you die in the car. Or so Pibiaka. Of course, the microphone Ghana ha. Ometoma your mama. If you say Omunya Noma at the expense of the whole country. They got their personal benefits at the expense of the whole country. Now make catch you. So to crop down quite now yes can you be. I'm Robert Whitefield Obako.
You have one of them.
Here for the any baby, here for Dombako. It is all yes, Kenya, also Bompire Buanco crew, na baby Subenya Day. Sika, Bebois. At least I'm over there by a few baby, which you are coffee baby. A coffee by side, the crew, which you are coffee baby. So, Quanias can unquote to Kruma, and they all how the bro. A Freddy Jim bro. You started free SHS within 9 months of the government. Now, Papa be co-president office. No, share, I'm not to be. I say, Napo, free SHS, I'm a one hobby. Because he be a squee, can collapse a lie.
That's a lie.
I'm on your phone and never hold. I not your mamma. Never go focus a lie. I won't go feel the striska. A bit your mamma could see our. A bit more mamma jai school called worry. A member bodies on the farm and free. He empty. Video beer. My baby, I'll call Papa be also called Jessica. I could tell the Buffy 500 cities. 500 cities be a na Papa did damn presser.
For 500
For 500 did damn presser. I'll call no money 200. I said they ship me who any. Till next week by GB Sauce. But what did they call? Was about 200. See. Was about 200. See. It's around just 600. Yes, sir. Here, I'm a nipa yet the undone dreams all here. It is a baby ba, not this is a ba, not ticking as well. I say a baba by now. Here, if not to a perfra. Mammy, I could also not 8 years, it's any mammy. What can I do? Her girl also won't press as an Oco City High School, or this, voter already. Now, here, the bit voter already.
Okay.
Na ko talk confirm ma crew for yi, ko che basket review na crew for yi, ko dua mango trees. And then otibi nya na no bie, John Mama tibi nya no bie, John Mama tibi ka che Ghana for say on ka tree planting, or ka tree growing. Or ka say can say abomna sakudi. The time afforestation, forestry commission, dua budua e ba kokra ma. Sada dua budua e ba kokra fifi. Yes, I'm running somebody is give you. That teacher man for.
Dr. Matapoku from Education Minister, Mensha South, Member of Parliament. So, free senior high school, tertiary education, yedi home komo. Yenche, what of the teacher, the tutor, and the lecturer? Almost so, sheye, abain, ayamom, the Augusu, aye, amawumu.
That's it. That's a teacher or lecturer. There's a third aspect. We have free SHS. They call the pillars. Pillar back is skills training, which is Tvet. And nobody your mama say buy Tvet technical.
Also any free.
No, I didn't free that. I didn't free.
Who they say a boapayo? Washada no yesa, and I say he is not abreast with the current happenings.
Odishika. Sa Tvet a mama started so kan once. Me kanine am asantemati. Me Matapoku Prempe. And a crofo be fries so person this cabe boy. Et me kan che mu abaya needs adisuhu. Na papa bi o kan educational committee ho. Say Professor bi o kasa basa o Cape Coast. Professor George Drew. Not yo. Kasa basa. And oye knows. It's a new Tvet then America the Abaya invested $700 million in technical and vocational education, building new buildings, bringing new equipment, updating curricula, standardizing, and making sure that Tvet sits in place. Your mama did on chair 4 years, Tvet in your ear. How 4 years? Say. You create whole service for technical and vocational education. You the MVTI ebe all the 34 MVTIs are buying CSC. I buy CSC 5 apprenticeship shops. OIC headquarters are 40 years in are buying CSC. Technical schools are work Ghana are buying CSC. Technical universities are buying CSC. Bringing modern equipment, bringing industry into the classroom. So that akorane be wiedo that is sad dojo no okopa adwuma machines na bi no okoye ho adwuma adwuma biom na abai wasayeti and collect 65,000 and they started free SHS or Mako Tvet schools for free. Your mama say obeyere 32 institutions in embassy across the country, every region 2 our parliament happening loan so our embassy Tvet centers it be able up to 2,000 people. 32 times 2,000 and just 64,000. Abai at the Tvet aba papa. It is a job, mama. I'm just a cat Tvet. I'm saying who you can't say yeah the card they be university. I don't know. I read the manifesto. I know I why review manifesto say na no crap no opayi ya ka do crew om se chempe abede fani nyina ninya ikontopu o manifesto education ni chempe di babia chempe no mo kan ni babia your ka wo the manifesto say university first year for no betu fees chempe the way was it for 2021 and over university fees and what a manifesto even a manifesto no catch him pe ma hwehwe mo na me pe chimpe no Wontumi radio she the university manifesto na tertiary education any our kazo chimpe or ABCD up to you or repeal Public University Act or strengthen regulatory authority which we have already done. Absorb 50% of fees of tertiary for 2021 academic year. Put what is also about Obecha you can say all the licensing bill say do teacher for you or say about all the licensing bill all the national service bill meanwhile the manifesto or say one year license say the 1 year national service on file so you teacher so what the manifesto 1 year licensing now 1 year national service on file as teacher so what the manifesto
in the manifesto
and no careful from it is all different for lecturer contumana about because the day the manifesto me boy
Ediebe ni pursue and a chair was oye.
Nipa or Shedema the Okaku, Pia the Okaku, but Trubuju, and I know, what and I know, the Caterpillar Pime, and I'm John Mahama not to say one, Cobra. So she not the Caterpillar, not Pime. She not maybe or no, or yes, she not the Caterpillar. If your cow and no pa, different from your cow, okay, you may. Because also your pay is your mama, or the entire the Cassani bill, or pay. You take your mama Cassani. I say I'll put money in your pockets in my second term, President Mahama. No, as I cry, no president will put money in your pocket.
And also this is Kabeshi Wontumi. So baby you are. And on was I can say man penny be and me first can
didn't allow to attempt. Where you be about it for the oka. Or one the can say Unya graduate student unemployed. I am not a magician. Mahama tells unemployed graduates. We re-election. I am seeking re-election to provide jobs for the youth.
So we provide 1 million.
What do you call the house of him? Oh, also the magician. After also about second term. Also the second term we provided 3 million jobs. All your campaign. Also I'll provide 3 million jobs. I do it 2016. 2020, also I'll provide 1 million jobs. Like our money you now you come from. So 2016 that means we are provided, and that's our person admitted that another will provide over 2 million. It's 1 million per or they come. Also, the free SHS will collapse Ghana's education system. So that's okay. The free SHS would collapse Ghana's education system. After the now we also have brought the free SHS.
Okay.
And then me free MPP's huge spending on free SHS compromising quality education.
John
Dramani Mahama. The Nano Sakai. NDC will extend free SHS to cover private schools. Oh dear Chira. What about the years or catch up and Yaka your mama?
BT say.
So, or Casaya, I mean, you.
Who say Yana Dinu?
Or be you
there
at the Bonibi room
to say,
I did beside womb. I didn't want flax there.
Flax, say bien you, bien, sir. I did womb. Oh, yeah, Moody ain't likely say in the womb.
I shall be who's will be a Nuncio Casabasabasada. I did be womb. I said, in your been some woman. I pick your bone. Who's in some womb. And said, Niansa. Yeah,
MPP are the Yaman Sunny womb. But John Mahama, the Sunny womb.
Would I call you? You were down for Paru. But down for Papa. What for Panu John? Down for Pa. May I to the foot? What to mean, Yajumano? What to mean? What to mean? Now, go back to me and go back to me. Jawaka said on the free SHS by. Put your money in crew. 2008. You call Bonga. You frequently say, Ukrumo. 6 March. Upper East Regional Capital. Katanga. And this is for the match here. Free SHS 419. Free. It's your mama 419. That's how the book. Say, and this is for corporate. And also free SHS here 419. Let the mama show the starting free SHS there. Why the 419? And to ye free SHS there. Now the job mama dear show. Joe mama 419. So I don't call for Kai. Yami. This success has many fathers, but failure has none. I'm a gun of what year to. I'm a 1.2 million school tea. Who say I feel the honor start here. progressive free 48 cities wait to enter na 1100 na betimi.
All right.
Na teacher for the normal P MPP for
a teacher for
normal P. Yes, starting free college of education. I did buy you buy not your mama absorb colleges of education. Lambita, they absorb by 5. Now it's for buying Jumuka because one for financial check that EDC Wakadre.
And it's a
Wakadre fucking. What absorb colleges no. No money accreditation grant from NAB. And I'm passing yako financial clearance. Cause you compete, you also absorb the OPBA. No schools proper, I say absorb or say was Santini Eastern region to absorb. Absorb it will be provided financial clearance. MPP by any provided financial clearance for South schools to teacher for work I am book a research allowance. Book a research allowance at your mama's you tribunal. No, my college education bill teacher for say I book a research allowance. You go to university salary skills. Your mama and me anye. It book a research allowance. You beam. You start improving it from 500 cities under President Kufuor starting, you know. Oman to that, you buy, you know, you got 1,500. This is a capitation grant. First is 50% out. President Mills, they call it 2009. You buy, say, 10 cities. I buy papa. And then this is a papa. Then he ain't be a young Faswa. College education. This is a very university college. Obiani was college of education there. Oh, your diploma. Obi degree.
Bien who be.
The last batch of diploma students, na me child week we no. Na ya post to me.
That is for the last batch.
That's the last batch. The 2019 of the last diploma batch. Et you are and the oh man be diploma student crab bia bia anyway why you said you pay what that da obia be ko degree. You may charge your basic school, you may charge your kindergarten, you may charge your junior high school, you may charge your senior high school. Your basic qualification by your degree. First, then now for your top up 3 years. No, you see, any year top up 3 years. And the University of Cape Coast here, the 1 year 3 semester program. Now, if you diploma now, good degree. Now, diploma need degree. No, you are President Kufuor about you. Before President Kufuor, na colleges no mu Ghana Education Service ase. Na a certificate A, any people teacher from Ghana Education Service ma. 80%. And a President Kufuor the UTDB by untrained teacher diploma in basic education by. And a President Kufuor started distance education. So teacher for upgrade you. And no moving teacher training colleges no in the colleges of education. So I want the diploma. President Kufuor. Then now the Danko Kufuor Dubai no. Or see diploma institutions losing yere. I want the degrees. And then your mama and then I buy. Or we are my teacher for. See, I started teacher. I started training. The almost have also try teacher training him. Allowance him. And almost have feeding grant. 2 years over into the other. And now Dubai. You teacher training allowance. Yes, I expanded in Colorado Co School and also say your mama time at any time T at your mama a president. What are you teacher for? What are you teacher for? Obuya National Service a year licensing. One to say not general secretary, so also say it is a doctor for doctor the coach quack doctor. So even the unions and the students are in favor. And then also with your salary, on professional allowance about. On professional allowance, what in the debut? You check out month of November, 1,200
professional allowance.
No opinion who, because after the professionalized the teachers. And now me a passing President Kufuor time, and now do na be shimu kina. And the professional allowance attached. A teacher for that we had 1,002 now ma. Yeah, say was a buy why di. kakra ne wom no a ebeka ha wo se habai ye da wase aje professional allowance
non-teaching staff ne
no teaching staff omo ye governed by two you need to assign collective agreement even though it was very late the chuma allowances are hansi jina wo ye ne nagrat ne ade any the more example collective agreement for teaching staff within Ghana Education Service.
Okay.
Teaching staff on the continuous professional development. It usually allowances I approve here. Continuous professional development allowance. Professional teacher 1,002. Non-professional teacher 800. Yes, I know August. So after that processes. They're doing a side condition of service November.
November 2020.
2020. It's November 20th. And a fair wage stroke of finance ministry. And the finance ministry may issue white paper on it. No? Not November 9 day. You get salary 20th November. The global processes salary. Offer collective agreement. A call finance ministry. No. Finance ministry throw a letter. A call September. October, Finance Ministry for a letter accepting collective agreements, with the effective date January 1st, 2020. And the allowances there, the bar, approve it in January 1st, 2020 for teachers, it take place. And the after they did table for the non-teaching staff. The finance for accepting metro controller and accountant general. It is already way more. Also, continuous professional development, which is to be paid in one installment per annum, is to be effected in November 2020. They don't understand governance. Of course, any. It is the MPP for Yama teacher for the allowances to be sure. Vehicle maintenance allowance. Jomama and Cheddar, kilometric, Omomunante, Wukai when Cheddar. Sir allowances it accumulated to teachers at Jomama 4 years when Cheddar. MPP for the BTI. Allowance for teachers in the private districts, acting allowance, responsibility allowance, retention premium, protective clothing, retention premium, President 4 and the starting retention premium, protective clothing, allowance for the purchase of means of transport. Oh, say before your mama, not teacher for the cars from Ruchiba, no duty free.
Yeah.
Your mama the tram. Salary advance, special advance, transfer grant, rent advance. When you the union for transaction, teacher you you just have to know your responsibility and apply and get your allowances. Some people and the Ayama non-teaching staff. It will be because non-teaching staff. Ghana Education Service conditions for the non-teaching staff. Oma allowances room, Obia Juma and a chain allowance. Non-teaching staff, Omo paternity leave cry. And then maternity. Paternity, any maternity leave, 15F. Paternity leave, 15G. This is all your papa. Now we are non-teaching staff. Now what? Ghana Education Service. Now you what? Who to be leave cause support here? How much progressive can the government be? So granted.
In fact, I'm not aware of this.
Eti obia allowance. Ejuwa obia nyajuma pe. So you sir. Eti allowance is a womb. You're there. Union for negotiating. Or disciplinary action. Union everything. Union no beche condition. We don't teaching staff. They do no. What you can say because your teacher be 1,000 to say about
also your 1,002. Dr. Matthew Poku Prempe Education Minister, Member of Parliament, Mensha South. Mumwame with the video on education ya wono na afe yeba. Memegusa COVID-19 by CDC at destabilize academic calendar no what they are putting in place now for schools no kwada bay and omu AB.
Building the future. Infrastructure in education. If education is the future of Ghana, then infrastructural development is the foundation on which this future is being built. One block at a time, the physical needs of our schools across the length and breadth of the country are being met. The Ministry of Education is at the center of this development, improving infrastructure through the construction of new educational facilities and renovation of existing ones. With the help of the Ministry's development partners, various projects have been undertaken and completed. From everyday provision of furniture to basic and senior high schools, to ambitious projects like the University of Environment and Sustainable Development, Somanya Campus. The Ministry has made infrastructural development a top priority. Basic schools. In a bid to expand the capacity for learning for pupils in our basic schools, a total of 719 projects have been initiated since 2017, with 252 of them completed. These are 2-unit classroom blocks for kindergartens, 6-unit classroom blocks for primary, 3-unit classroom blocks for JHS, 9-unit classroom blocks for primary and JHS, and 18-unit classroom blocks for primary and JHS. Others including provision of washroom facilities and rehabilitation works on existing infrastructure nationwide. Secondary education. The flagship project of this NPP administration has been the Free SHS program. It has been an outstanding success, increasing enrollment into senior high schools by over 30% in only the first year of implementation. At present, the SHS population stands a little over 1.2 million, up from around 800,000 in 2016. With the increased pressure on second cycle institutions, further investment into infrastructure was needed. A total of 1,011 projects were initiated, with 492 of them completed so far. With boarding facilities targeted to improve the learning environment, 329 single-story, 2-story, and 3-story dormitory blocks are underway, with 101 of them completed. In these schools, bunk beds and mattresses were provided. Seven new model school projects have been started from scratch. The first creative arts school at Kwadasu in the Ashanti region, 1 model technical school, and 5 model science schools in 8 regions are at various stages of construction, opening up opportunity further for students in these communities to have access to education. STEM centers. Government's commitment to science, technology, engineering and mathematics education has seen resources invested into these areas. 20 STEM centers across the country are at various stages of construction to further enhance STEM training. This will result in a generation of Ghanaian youth geared towards education and changing trends in this era we find ourselves in. Technical and vocational education and training. The goal has been to establish 2 technical and vocational education and training centers in each region of Ghana. These facilities will be equipped with modern machines for teaching and training at every level. In order to achieve President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo's vision of Ghana Beyond Aid, technical and vocational training has been deemed critical to local enterprise. These 32 regional centers will be equipped for training in 33 trades across 11 sectors of the economy, including food processing, electrical installation, garments and tailoring, renewable energy, thermotronics, and automation, among others. Through the Council for Technical and Vocational Education and Training, Tvet, the various technical universities in Ghana were supplied with mechanical and electrical equipment and programs to train personnel to feed the local oil and gas industry. Many of these technical universities also received funding from the Ghana-China project on upgrading and rehabilitation of polytechnics and technical institutes through AVIC International Holding. While laboratories and workshops were renovated through the Ministry of Education, as well as training of trainers in Ghana, Kenya, and China. National Vocational Training Institutes, NVTIs, and Opportunities Industrialization Center, Ghana, OICG. Vocational and technical training remains a focus of the Ministry of Education. In line with this, an agreement has been reached for the overall upgrade and modernization of the 34 national vocational training institutions, head office, 10 regional and 5 apprenticeship offices, constructing 2 new training centers for foundry and machining, as well as upgrading the existing Opportunities Industrialization Center Ghana, OICG Center, and OICG Ghana head office in Accra. University of Environment and Sustainable Development, Somanya Campus. The first phase of the infrastructure project of the University of Environment and Sustainable Development, Somanya Campus, has been completed. The university specializes in the sciences, agribusiness, and the built environment, and will contribute significantly to the building of our human resource capacity. The project comprised 13 lecture halls, a 252-seater multifunctional hall, laboratories, faculty offices, residences, and more. The next 4 years. The Ministry of Education is at the forefront of the development agenda of the nation. With the gains made from free SHS, we are building a nation of youth focused on the development of head, heart, and hand. The NPP government is leading the charge in equipping the Ghanaian economy for the 21st century, and this starts with an educated workforce. That's why we are building the future one block at a time.
Education, the bedrock of Ghana's transformational agenda, has seen massive improvement in its delivery. With an estimated population of about 31 million, 50% of which is below the age of 30 years, it is essential for a concerted focus on all forms of education. Technical and Vocational Education and Training, Tvet, has enormous potential for moving Ghana's economy forward. A functional or robust Tvet and skills development system will therefore improve the productivity and competitiveness of the skilled workforce and raise the income-earning capacities of all through the provision of quality-oriented, industry-focused, competency-based training.
The sector of industrialization, economic transformation, was a centerpiece of our manifesto. We felt that before we could reach that level, we needed a trained, technically efficient, skilled workforce to be able to propel the government's industrialization agenda. We realizing, doing a diagnostic testing, realizing that our Tvet sector lacked competent teachers, lacked industry, school links, and things like that. Government set up a technical committee very, very early, as early as March 2017, to look at our whole Tvet sector and what needed to be done. We came here with a 5-year development plan, agenda, transformational agenda, 5-year, that set us on the road to not only define what we were supposed to do, but at the end of the day, to achieve the target of a technically skilled, competent workforce, driving the industrialization of the country and making sure that the jobs and the security of the citizens is well guaranteed under the sectors.
Realignment of Tvet institutions under Ministry of Education. How will the enhanced Tvet contribute to the economy's growth?
The Tvet landscape in Ghana is made up of the formal sectors and the informal sectors. Even with the formal sectors, we have those which are public institutions and those which are private institutions. We have many of these Tvet institutions in as many as 19 ministries.
The main focus of the sector skill bodies is to identify opportunities, innovation, and capacity needs of the sector, and also to drive competitiveness of the sector in its development. There are 22 sector skill bodies or economic sectors in Ghana, and we are going to form sector skill bodies for each one.
The investment the government of Ghana, led by President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, is making in Tvet is overwhelming. We have spent about $800 million for Tvet expansion, Tvet improvement, Tvet retooling, and Tvet establishment. We have secured funding to the tune of $478 million to ensure that we have 32 state-of-the-art Tvet centers in all the 16 regions, with each region having 2 of such centers.
All the technical institutes are being refurbished and refurbed under a project with the Chinese and the Austrians, and also a second project enhancing the capacity of the technical university that we have. It's also ongoing. This, in a nutshell, Ghana even becoming a member of the World Skills Competition, is all to ensure to not only to promote, but ensure that after promotion, when the kids get into the classroom, they are taught with modern equipment that are industry-based equipment, and also establishing the link between industry and the training sector.
To achieve the objective of equipping students with relevant productive and entrepreneurial skills to prepare them for the world of work and to enable them enter into gainful self or wage employment, Tvet has introduced the competency-based training CBT concept to present Tvet as a preferred option for personal development, the world of work, and employability.
This mode of training, learners are put to specific tasks and they are supported and assisted to achieve those tasks. In this delivery, we don't have an 80% score or a 70% score or a 90% score. This delivery talks about whether the work is done or it is not done.
Hitherto, if you complete a technical school, for example, you are unable to enter the polytechnic straight away. So with Tvet, we have a clear-cut certification framework from Proficiency 1, Proficiency 2, Certificate 1, Certificate 2, and then up to HND. In Accra Technical Training Center, we have the Certificate 2 running, we have proficiency also running, but the proficiency is geared towards those apprentices and master craft persons who wants to upgrade their skills in technical and vocational education training.
I've been sewing for 27 years now, and I've trained about 30 plus apprentices who are now sewing on their own and have their own shops. But now I want to improve upon the fashion trend because it's going wild. And there's a competition now. Those who are in the universities are now trooping into the dressmaking line. So I want to compete with them. That's why I'm here to learn.
I'm a master in my shop. I've seen a lot of changes between what I have been doing formally and what I've acquired from here. Especially precision work, handling of tools. We sometimes measure with our instruments. We know the unit, but we didn't understand the unit. Spread our tools on the table and handle it how some fall and break. But we are being taught over here how to handle the tools very well.
A lot of people think that people who come to technical school, they don't do well. But that's a lie, because 10 years to come, technical students will be ahead of all fields. I'm 17 years. I've done a lot of things. I've been to the robotic competition when I was 15 years, and I helped Accra Technical Training Center be the second position in the national.
I went through Tvet education, and I think I have no regret whatsoever. If I have another opportunity, I would even do more Tvet. I can become a head for a grammar school, but the reverse, my grammar colleague would have challenges if you come to manage a technical school because of the technicalities. Tvet has been so supportive in the capacity building of my staff, and even as heads of institutions. Tvet has donated a number of equipment to support us. We have enjoyed a lot of support and collaboration from Tvet, the Ministry, and Ghana Education Service. And it's our hope that this collaboration will even grow and grow bigger. Fortunately, we also benefit under the free SHS policy. So our training is also free.
The secondary part of the technical and vocational education and training is also part of the free senior high school program. Over 65,000 students have gone through our technical institute where nobody paid a dime.
Technical and vocational education is the way to go. If we to look at the other developed countries, they have paid so much attention to Tvet, which we haven't done in the past. If this country had given the same attention that has been given to Tvet in the past 3 years, I believe that we would have gone so far as our economy is concerned, as far as employment is concerned. I believe that if we to move on this same trajectory, we will have most of our young ones opting for Tvet. That means that the goods and services that we need, first of all, as a country, will be locally produced. Then we can also export majority of these goods and services across our borders to bring in more foreign exchange and also to reduce unemployment, create more jobs for our youth. And Ghana Beyond Aid will be just around the corner.
We have a campaign going, my Tvet campaign, that is ensuring that that thought that Tvet is for secondary or failures is eradicated, because it's the single biggest problem hampering people getting into the technical vocational education space, because every kid has a talent.
The teacher under NPP. Education is a human right with immense power to transform. On its foundation rest the cornerstones of freedom, democracy, and sustainable human development. In Ghana, as in the whole world, the role of the teacher is critical to education at every level, with their influence extending into the life of the child into adulthood. That makes it crucially important for the teacher to be well taken care of from the preschool to the tertiary level. Education before 2017. While sporadic gains have been made successfully over the years, the situation in 2017 was not encouraging. Nearly half of all the 2015 WASSCE students failed in mathematics, while 20% of students failed in English at the WASSCE in 2016. Only 2% of students in P2 were proficient in reading in 2013 and 2015. Compounding these problems was the problem of teacher absenteeism, which stood at 27%. In addition, the Ministry of Education was saddled with heavy debt, with over 36 million Ghana cedis owed colleges of education in feeding grants and more than 10 million Ghana cedis owed for educational supplies. The plight of the teacher began at the trainee level with the abolition of the trainee teacher allowance, meaning that new teachers started their professions with no incomes. Promotion and advancement processes for teachers were cumbersome and unclear. Allowances were in arrears, and strikes over unsatisfactory conditions of service were common. Many of these have been reversed since. Teacher reform. Since January 2017, when it took office, the NPP administration has pursued a number of teacher reforms to improve the welfare and skills of teachers, to enable them to deliver 21st century learning outcomes. In just 3.5 years, under the leadership of President Akufo-Addo, several gains have been made in this regard as we continue to strive to improve learning outcomes in this country under the Teacher First policy. As a means of equipping colleges of education for the demands of the future, Wi-Fi systems have been installed at least 37 of them and counting. Trainee teacher allowance has been restored. Graduates of colleges of education have been onboarded onto the National Service Scheme in accordance with the law, not only giving them experience and an income before being deployed, but their probation and licensure examinations are also catered for. New teachers will be awarded with Bachelor of Education degrees with the upgrading of colleges of education from diploma awarding institutions. Teachers can upgrade to Bachelor of Education degrees with the University of Cape Coast 3-semester top-up program. Overall enrollment numbers into colleges of education have also increased, even whilst trainee allowances have been restored. Before these reforms, teachers who graduated from our colleges of education with a diploma in basic education and who wished to upgrade to a university degree had to spend 3 years to do so. Through the University of Cape Coast today, in-service diploma-holding teachers now need to spend only 3 semesters to upgrade to the degree with the University of Cape Coast. Arrears owed members of College of Education Teachers Association of Ghana, CTAG, have been paid, while book and research allowance and market premium have been granted to senior members of non-teaching staff at colleges of education since their upgrade to the public university salary scale in order to maintain standards with expansion in facilities and the successful implementation of the free SHS program. Over 93,000 staff have also been added to the ranks of teaching and non-teaching staff. Teacher professionalization. Teacher standards have been raised through the National Teaching Standard for a teacher with an assessment framework and the licensing regime for the newly trained teacher. Through the Continuous Professional Development (CPD) program, in-service teachers are now able to upgrade their knowledge and skill set. This push to improve upon teacher professionalization gives teachers a minimum number of credits to maintain their license. In addition, half a day each week is also set aside for school-based teacher training. To help teachers build upon their professional capacity, the Professional Teacher Allowance has been introduced, giving professional teachers an additional 1,200 cedis per year and 800 cedis for non-professional teachers. Teacher promotion. Today, aptitude tests have replaced time-consuming interviews as the mode for promotion, whilst teachers with postgraduate degrees get their promotions in 2 years instead of 4. Teachers who are promoted after passing their promotion test instantly receive their promotion letters printed on a special GES security paper. Salary adjustments now reflect within 3 months of a teacher getting promoted. Added to that, over 90% of the unjust legacy arrears have been cleared, with the remainder on track to being paid by the end of 2020. Career progression is a priority for this government, with a huge emphasis on recognizing and acknowledging aspiration. The Pre-Tertiary Teacher Professional Development and Management (PTPDM) framework, which is being funded with assistance from the Japan International Cooperation Agency JICA, was revised in 2018. The 2 overarching goals of the PTPDM are to assist the teacher in their career progression, to becoming a consultant teacher, and to equip those interested in leadership and management of schools. This is important to identify and groom inspirational teachers to assume management roles and drive academic excellence. In 2018, government instituted the Ghana Teacher Prize, GTP, as a rebrand of the Best Teacher Award, and in line with the international standards pertaining to the Global Teacher Prize. In addition to this, any teacher who wins an award at the Ghana Teacher Prize or is selected as one of the finalists for the Global Teacher Prize receives an out-of-turn promotion to the next rank within the Ghana Education Service. Conditions of service. In August 2020, the government signed a collective agreement with pre-tertiary teacher unions in the country in a bid to advance teachers' welfare. Improved benefits include vehicle maintenance allowance, kilometric allowance, night allowance, allowance for teachers in deprived and difficult areas, retention allowance, protective clothing allowance, advance to purchase means of transport, salary advance, special allowance, transfer grant, permanent posting allowance, and responsibility allowance. This responsibility allowance is now being paid to over 35,000 qualifying staff, covering basic, SHS, and office. 9 categories of staff are entitled to responsibility allowance. These are basic school heads, headmasters and mistresses, assistant headmasters and mistresses, chaplains and imams, form masters and mistresses, guidance and counseling coordinators, heads of departments or program heads, housemasters and mistresses, and unit heads. At the tertiary level, the book and research allowance, which was cancelled under the previous administration, has not only been restored, but has been improved by this government with an approval of 200% increase from 500 cedis to 1,500. In addition to this, starting with the next academic year, all tertiary students who qualify for SNIT loans can access them with just their national ID cards and without the need for a guarantor. This will open up opportunities for all who seek to enter tertiary institutions, including those who wish to teach. The teacher of tomorrow. Our appreciation for the teaching profession is immense, and we recognize the indispensable role of the teacher. When the teacher is transformed, learning outcomes improve at all levels. That is why the NPP is restoring the dignity of teaching and will continue to put the teacher first in the education transformation agenda. The vision of President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo is for a 21st century teacher who is a competent, skilled, and professionally trained person equipped with the right set of skills and competencies to play a key role in delivering improved learning outcomes for learners to meet our development needs. This is what the NPP regime is striving to achieve for the child, for the teacher, for the nation.
right. Education Ministry under Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempe, Dr. Napo, the Free Senior High School man, the institutional Napo. I don't know. Nana Adadanko Kufuado, Pempenzo de Gumesia, and when she shared in a tutia about Drew El Memo and no. Doc, the school you're beginning in a bay.
But that's it. Yeah, she says, which will be schooling in Brunia Chibusumi, the Decano.
January. Okay, so roadmap no to say.
We are working on the roadmap. Yeah, the Ghana Education Service, Ghana Tertiary Education Commission. Yes, she said any universities in yes, she said the when you have a time will be to maybe. So people fear basically if it's a COVID, you know, I'm educational calendar now. Previously, not Ghana school January to December. So it has been there. Sometime down the line, and it decides a American system. It cost September to June. The yesterday bit me. Students limit me achieve a maximum number of contact hours. I'm a years also and short changed nearest education calendar, how we can set it right. As I say, we are catching up and now say everything, or we would have to redesign the whole educational calendar.
Man, shouts out. Minim say Yamiadma Saturday, faithful patrons, electoral area coordinators, the final showdown for election 2020 because so old and to our station quiz competition, food fair, live band performance, you know. But men shouts out a nay to say.
And then you tell yourself for us and to me, Nanado Danko Kufado, Obama shouts out.
Men shouts out.
Empire Bija. Empire Bija. The Chama won't to the meaning of a pure. To be your tears of Frubia, your Peba Sabasabia, Ubiani Huni. Now you may hear a BT and some part, your president, near presidential candidate, over the my and which you know, maybe that's your kind, faithful patriots, only party for Obensia, our carbons on per se. Also swim kakra. But the Obuya no as if all boss swim. Obo pen up the woman who you dear he guano. We just got on alpha face. Yes, got to there chevna. Oh, bosswa. Who's that bosswa? Ashanti answer to sausage.
Yeah. Pa.
And I am worrying for one of that. Ish. For one of the other nature, and now no, and no more year now. Remember, and I'm not to be to Tiffy Casero. Yeah,
I'm not going to do a good morning.
For one of the crowd that was what I do. As I the cheap. I feel the outside, and the other day, who severe, you know, hey. I thought serious. When the baby that your tears are afraid, Adolfo. So, Majai. Yes, I say, Jackin, I think who I trade Joda. A Joda, the ABC, got a focus your magic. As in if you nine, I'm a minor share mamma for being sir, and in feed I am the share and not done Kufado, sir. Here from mamma for no, and then I Kufado to Senil. Sagana 4% month for you, mother to us. I got off us, yet yes, share ye patch of Sagana for me when you money now, no one to about the man another done Kufado. Now, Bonia, if Biashini, no person who come once. Pulley agents in the decline. Or some pulley agents, more money that we so ye MPP pulley agent. Dano and yet Dano Asadopa Okonomsa and San Robert now. Who did no Akotra, who free while make sure so be C19 and San were free. Woman in now. Now Bonifono Ashishe say baby MPP for ho de so no mba be basa ho ti na me share Ghana for jina ani asante banya say ye to abani wi wo se chawa wutu si dey fa bo de trust
ah so to abani wi no fa bo atena so
ha say de sa wo bi aba no ti na wa petai that de bi no ma mo hye no ho no mo twabo no ho hia na ye twai ye da okay ma mo fa nko ba bi to aba no mo ntwe mo e bia na nipa boni fo bi Electoral Commission say da no na moto bi anya adwuma wa tiboto so ye be define so ko pe ballot box awia it dey be to no emfa ye ho cause ye pese Ghana for chiri adwene enya teacher asem ne ebe ye pese Ghana for chiri adwene enya to pay de ebe ukoto aba na so untimi ntwen se de chawa untimi de make na ukofi abonu mo aba abehwe se de akenkan ye kenkan wi a ya tro ba adikoche so bani budahodi e bia na police station MPP nya 1000 NDC nya 10 and now why hwa na MPP 1001 peja wonsa na the body for being far zero bakoko this the no man in free one in cote. It will be a day here to MPP agent no and the MPP number no kwa na here over NDC for so number no over say maybe now be sign now do the accord the arch yourself ako now be making sure Electoral Commission for the be farm down no if you say we can one kai Edwardan no solid information say yanum bi akoye duplicate pink sheets no ye court 2013 no you was duplicate quadruplicate triplicate pink sheet no be ehun bi da e bi akoye duplicated pink sheets ma election official bi agela dwe so akoye NDC fu sika akodi body you say somebody we udi a umfa hu yopo say the NDC time mudi body bi di body for hu yopo no you better track you fee so say do tuma do betum election official odi so be ye bejina free na bibia akoso ko GNDC fu sika no mutuche no ye dim so mutuche de na nyi wadu so koso gi ko cheji pink sheet emfa because not only say better track ye dim de obi ate to be bo kokko so this kind of ma wagidi oba wa ma ehwi papa bia Ghana so this so be to ma na ade no be ma bribe say your body ye ma ye ni na ho see the police station bia woni pa mienu ana miense pese be ye basabasa na evu osuti eti chama Wontumi me ye me ne adwe say wo to abawi a pebo bi traso di akodwa ho a wo akodwa fa akodwa si o de traso ye mo bia me ye basabasa bia de jalo so be ti be ye basabasa na krofo chobu na ontutu achi a enye bone na be ye basabasa no wa be disrupt the
electoral
process ade yes ye che ya dwu ya cause ye che etutu asem the obobo pa say ye basabasa no ka je say the bad oti Dubai don't find them ye basabasa no the you think ka don't find me no nyai wo how if you na on the hill e lo ko jiska be ye body enye no nko baby o why want to be say machine for verification no my manual tap say people for no money now your reserve spare machines were a say or say mo call them the be canon no obumu di da ho 60 regions no and the greater Accra Basa Central region Western region Volta region do pese ye ni around spoiling the ballot machines verification machines and corrupting election officials and polling agents ye ma ye ni dey and now unya continue ska na utbi nya adwuma na catch a party for no for from project ye ma ye need da ho so aboa wo tabe ka chuzo obi a de katrema epie bienu no yesu ye need da ho so aboa wo ye ntwai mo bi ma fa ye Christmas emeye ne ade ni thank you to ye bo aba no ho bai kopisi we coalition center akotali ye hu se de ampa de mensia south for etuma na nado de mensia south for tuma na po ye bi ni nya number 1 no eno ne ye kan mai de mensia south for tuma your mama the candidate no and pepe de kai ma ye mpese obia de kwesiada beda de ye dwada or de dwada beda de ye beminda the straight party for omomoni now
otu party for fu obi de ora joma hawa be gina wonim sisia se tunufo a asebe na be ka che no asana be ja kwa mo ko
the time betwem odia o time betwem ko pe be bi da The become anything with the assembly member. I see the presiding officer name. I am MP. I am deputy minister. I am minister. I am vice president. I am green time president. I am full-time president. Wontumi anye e de baby. Obiani wa Ghana for abonoka osako nothing grant scholarship nimbi. Obiani wa Ghana for abonoka change your mama. Adena no unim ye or the incompetence ni indecision. Ukaboma recipe for disaster.
The incompetence
and indecision. Decisiveness. And that's what run the through the book. I don't know the actual call IMF. So or lucky policy credibility. And the economic management. It's the IMF from Ra. To can be incompetence, no. And indecisiveness also the book. And a corruption is what Jarry no. So the Sumra Jarry Kramai. Okasano me Sabuba. And then also Tomano.
And the running mate.
Or did you? You call leaky questions the Koji Minister.
Oh, yeah, they
call any film.
Or call leaky questions.
Koji Minister. I debate 2012.
Only two questions, my
dear. Mama.
And a man, yes, I mean,
I don't know any minister about. Let's talk about education. If you're a professor, to. I didn't know education. Could you talk Oguno to a cow giant and work we have been young watcher. A Buba for school went here, college education feeding grants went here, or absorb schools or financial class and co. Or about book research allowance of college education, or cancel basic college education 10 when Sibako crack, or because on the truck, or city chadi, and then robes on the truck. Wait! 3 months pay policy, and you teacher for the affect you because. Only the Janasumu, Basco to Yaka. Kojo to, on the same education organo, the worst minister of education,
the worst minister of education, Ghana,
yeah.
Dr. Apomedasi.
Yami Shabu. Yes, Santiman said, won't go trouble. Go trouble, ma MPP. Because be the literature, the one that your mama be in Kumasi, and no born young chain, soon to be a near Yaka quite good crying to Mano. 8 years, President your mama, 1 year she was sentiment. My mobia medadai, say NDC, ba. Aje papa people mama santemai omundi aje papa bia ma santemai yenko to abama party oba ye hu de waye hu ni hwe consequence ya na say consequence odia show 2 years what
so travel through Ashtown ni port runabout
Efekra
Estate Junction
President Mills Bell say Great Ashanti project on yehwe e die for Abuakwa to KGT President for start here moment me anwi jo mama buy card so beton asase de da kwa nche man ko fusi store so de kwa nti bi nyeni abawi ene enta to abama no yen ko che yadwe ne nche se yesu ye ni ati ye ni ebie ye mu bi anko gidi 2 cities bi ani e me gyan ka se ye support jo mama ye support ya oti kumase ti asanteman wa chefe ni NDC.
Okay. Mera say Dr. Matipoku Prompt Education Minister Menshia South MP and yeneno abo enko very lenny one nyame had my Saturday ewo Boswam Old Antwa Station honum faithful patriots and electoral area coordinators together with their member of parliament 6 a.m. sharp nina asia food fair talent hunt quiz competition live band performance ebekoso honum marum say enenso so na mampani esa erum menshia sat no miensa pepe. Thank you very much Dr. Nyankopon. Yentoa komotwetwe so mitudu abapa ho abapa no ndu ho ansa na honorable Philip Basua eye kumawu na se bedwani ora Thomas Kusibuafo ewa ha nana ya sebe ampofi ewa ha my teacher, my class teacher no and afi Dr. Enes Kwaku and so ewa ha nana
oheba
mache
yeah
I don't know when you aji
oh I'm not go school
because we have a teacher number
okay break wa maybe more
nana tiawa kakra bi education ministry nkoma ya bo na afi wi a yento so ntwitwi enso nkoma ewa akiri
we were here ba ya beda education minister ase na okay se makase the other time ka se ensema matia free education ministry adwuma omadi enhyehyɛ a umayama even teacher for kura nkasa any non teaching staff ewo education sector ho ene eniema apie wo ho no mehyɛda busa teacher for mpo ubebusa wo na bi kura enu 20% on the average eniema akoso ne de enhyehyɛ dan ni mu no a omunim ɛho hwe even omomi teacher for eti eba me hu se na ene ebehia ese ebesa akofom biem ama entiase no akom saa ene minister kasa no se ohun epo ene po a me say oy authority ono so oka ono se yemrank ono ne law no okay say na me ka say free SHS na Rajon Draman Mahama sad no baji mu no eni kwan say nko ye but na dwi ni say oka ne saa enu obi anso na enchiremu no beba am na tibi nti no kakra obenya no no afa ne saa no de ko efri the previous year na nsa na ode progressive free education na no oka no eba no na bill la eba for day students no na ewo a form a chain time or car say or do we abano now we fa 48 cedis every soon once a minister for education say for 2 years went here it would their fans and okra say oh fabi mpa now fabi na went here no et say akwan or cars why akwan na ni nyina wo se went here e ka areas gu ho a e wo say de oba yi e na emetua no now na ya na say nyo na ye vulnerable, disability, home, any idea woman show mu because ni bi japa wo for hwe mu ni ade wo mu gu saa fie eyi ho no de na wo se ekompo emfie mienu na nkoi se ofa ekuo bi ti se Northern Scholarship Oma no more the 3 Northern regions, abre 3 Northern regions. And yes, omu do omu free education be of a sort. And no kra na nyina na efan. For a period na enkoy ama no kra 2016 no for 3 months no omu ntimi me school kra. It me kai say 2017 dum ho na na Ministry of Education ya eka so mo etuatua saa kana na what north ho ni nyina wo mo makoji dwom nuane ene ade omu class a ni nyina ansana free education no kura no ebe hyase but ekoba se obi fi se ohwehwe wa se hwekuru anim ya tenadua ne ma no o check wo geji wa no fi se unchirechire mu a no obeka de opebia no okọ na wa se wo hwe Sabre say on the running mate. On the Busa says away Prof Jenana because me who be tracking who baby or no so the campaign or defa. I told you. So Osha Brana or war education. Now and okra woman say even then President Kofo and elevating the end vice chancellor na and then can Kofo person mu yamani ade bi no. And so come back today to me wine the issue of consistency and credibility no a year beating the pebigana na require a do baby na or then maybe on the maybe be tramp was Busa say every band woman has a scholarship no na the same time na or some crown won't pay scholarship ma woman no more macano a dear na the year I want to electricity and lights bill our universities no. The same time na now when ya opportunity I have vice chancellor. We odi no scholarship ma eko outside Ghana ko suasua de. Etu fi Ghana ni benya so opportunity a ka ba na ko mom ti so ma no obi anye enkura PhD. Ko bi akura ni PhD. It is our opportunity na de ma no. And then why extend this opportunity now more baka? Na fedi e sa ko buru ya kura ne say wo buy no. Wo si afedi light bill and water bill. University students entua. Hwenipa unti o mant me anko university. When nyina wo ye. Na ye kan infrastructure. Na sabo afo bakai doc. Every 2017 2009 almost like I said period 2008 2016 no SSE 2008 na NDC beba power na then candidate vice running mate John Dramani Mahama not virtual no elect because mu ko you know time no na bibia e clear say and of course statistics ade na the economy is broke justifying the entire say omu take over the wo ho bi eseso ye bia onye no de akoshe say economy no enye meanwhile ho no wa say uhwe memorandum of understanding na eko IMF Dr. Paul Governor Bank of Ghana sabre no ene Dr. Dofo sign ye na omu kire de na MPP aban Kufuor aye ni nyina life expectancy ekosoro nipa na wuntam no afede na nipa wuntentem biem if we say the introduction of free maternal care ne national health insurance mo na mo kan was a document na mo come IMF no mu and na consistently the steady growth of GDP from 3.7% to 7.3 steady growth okay when you na kwa IMF kwaji huska uwie ye no wo se doctors any health workers and now some postpone adia nanka 2009 na single spine na implementation and they do say implementing because ko for na ye ho adwuma 1st January na go ahead say ye implement no and now say mo twa single spine no de no so a mo postpone call 2010 no baby no doctors that year no ko anu mo save mo friend savings 34 million savings sika wo say nke ko mo as planned no ma fa anko because wo say economy no challenge wo say on grad wo say broke the same scenario na ba 2016 was started officially Ghana IMF HIPC it is what can say area no they be justify the entire the work bia no ontimi nye the obu ne man so ye ne bibia enkura ekọ school ko budget awaya omo mu kwaje scholarship eje omo mbeji loan no eje bibia dana kwam enu ani so okura wo card and those things no hwe ba bia fe de odo ode denam na ba bia koduro ni say Ghana official wa HIPC Ghana official Ghana any HIPC into shem de Mr. Boaf nanim sa adwuma no oh Ghana bia any HIPC enu nti ohineba adia ba ko a ehia me sa bri voter education say bribia or say picky bi eka na any made bi maka bibi say a strategy, a very big strategy na me hu say efa say NDC the tie you see say as a you see the as wo mu ne MPP na ko na kra na MPP for defend EC at the moment MPP be gina mu say they okay gu EC so ampene etu ono so eka no na akwa ese ne ampa one no wodan ewo twaka na wayi wani afri the structure na ewo easy no the super structure na ewo easy no anya people for na fa omomu wo ho no enra special voting onim enema bia na ekoso o senkrofo ehwe security phone bi si omuhun bibi sekoba se omute eyina ballot paper na say okwa ahwesoro ho it is a nipa na dwen so ohwesoro ho a eno anu no a odi paper no ma no adane no ama efom no eti aba behwesoro it is a nipa no ekoye say on de won hwehwe na no ane timwa wan hwe ya eti anu so ye tricks a ebi try hwe me say obi oye party agent candidate agent for MPP udu omo maka no enfo ani ntu obi aso enyo na afa no enyo na atua neka hwa se obehwe to the very last digit ni twire mu ni bibia se nipa na otete no otena ampa no ahye daada ne no to obukam no obukam se no de hye nipa ne nsema ebia wa stampo achi owie so awadane no ama efom na kohwesoro no de ahye ne nsem se etimi to a enya nipa nyina na betimi enya omu de bet to them niama bebre ene omusi police station bia akra se onya one kra wo ha ye were 33,800 plus police stations enu ti kire se so onya one bibia ehia obi no calculate ni ye almost 40,000 police stations ti se bia bibi ba ko pese kra to fa ho se ye toma ebia o party na o ya nkan because ya stamp achire baako o ba fa ne baako ba ya kaboma ba bia nam no nya figure ketwa me who say every vote counts strategy now and say NDC they say umbe lusu bet the margins onya kakra bia wosro kakra bia na ato se ne running mate no ampa se wono na ameboa enu nti won ne beyi na si nchen na afa de ono atoa so ekọ ne 2024 se na no campaign na ka se wadi 8 years se ne refi no ho ye ne 2024 agenda no na epiepie na no so wo sa no
yeah
nti wono so aya da bo ha no abose ede ne ba na dwuma oso wadi 8 years wadi 8 years 2024 agenda ne mom ne running mate Prof Jenana ebeba be hye ne se won na amomodin ti no e ma na dwim da kura se ene onu mom enko na wo na ekofa de beda wako it is obefa obi a yes we dey nka after 2020 years when your exposure etijama ne nko no ompene saa also ofa obi a ofisi obetimi then owi a wa marginalizing now to the point say onu mom na ntimi anya campaign. The margin should be huge. What I'm expecting, and it's a kaka 30 constituencies. I enya maye and guess what can in album cry near the Mawa anya juma. Because Sadiana Electoral Commission na juma. Omzo my omuntu tuye. Omu sha say ya to abani wia within 24 hours after ya to abano. Umbetimi declare you know na take country no na say obi ati baby umbetimi declare no was a mempre ada na be declare ntem na say nka aka be 30 dey ni nyina aka ho kura na say emwawa e dey declare say wa wate ho ase and imagine me Trump like ade ni bi wo Ghana biem say e benti ye kokko ho ntokwa akotwetwe ho manso ne bibia e wo say mu ye den e twe he say Ashanti region e return 1.5 million difference adenti na other 15 regions no obi anso dey na obi anso dey ba on board say ye ka say na buko fiada e wo chena paga ho baby am so kotena ho na mehwe na yi bi wo eya omususo hwe Wontumi papa yeah Tomu kwa nyina mu hwe okay 3 Northern MPP for no so omuso akogu ho ana omuso ye omai no say utwam ha no an say voices no ti Wontumi ana omu etie ko obia region bia so decide say oye ne de na fam de ayeden abeka ho enti baby obia no enya wadwe say wote ada because this election samage na anya kese a ebema nkrofo bi opportunity aye de ensem fata e was say mutwi say tin 17 million plus and I register say kwa donko ayifo bi na antoa onse maka say cruise bia no mu tantoa ba mu ha adwen enti be we bo say voter turnout na ye bibibi sa space na da ho na nkrofo bi de ye adwuma bi ebiri bi atwam enne obi ama nani na ho se o man to a voter turnout ni betimi aba be ebi abe 70 ho baby ana 75 ho baby se nko mu beto de a kameka tro say under this covid arrangement here you register baby na nipa ne tina no register because you are more than 400,000 I won't cry say all things being equal say covid na komu ba ebi Asante Mantemu ba register komu ko Eastern komu ko Sunyan ebri bia se yeto aba na ka ho denden efrin krae ba no sa bre sa ka ho denden no amma sa kesi biem because baby anu wo na otena ho under covid ema e register no so the voter turnout se nye omu ayantu yantufo bi asori omu de ne asori system bi nti se nye omu a ka voter turnout mbe kostro pa na over 17 million plus and a register na se basa nko mu nyina akora na eto a ana ye nyanto ye no e wo so wo mu fa e ye 18.5 million 8.5 million sa 8.5 million na enka wo so wo no o mu wahin okay se na na du pie eyi a aha ubehu nipa bum we pie ha ehia so obi be fa bus so dey fa obi o fa anwaka afa obi edni free baby akohia obi baby o baby will be also enough numbers so open numbers there you must have it na some find na drop so for fa yin free anwaka afa nkrofo hum na wa benya accident o baby o mu ko hia accident ko mu ko bia
GM
e wo hia bu se etwam districts be 10 na me se ayi na ayi wa ha GM ba Tech Junction Tech Junction ni ofuro soro hwa ejazongu e wono mu ye no na adwo na opon ye no a o mu se o mu bases na e ba se first na koba bebre nti we no akoba ako nti wa anya mu no kofa ka o Tech Junction no mu gina esoro ho ebusa Tech Junction ba bia Tech Junction sa ufiri he na ba so we so free afija ase we so free sa na dwi oh chese se agro no etiwa tricks bi aka no ene se ya twere ya bo parliamentary de ne first child mistake mu nya bi se e kan parliamentary no na umoso mu agents na sorry no mu asori ko mu hweso mbe kan presidential ne first no obi anyina ho no agina ho ahwe parliamentary no uko coalition center mu hwese presidential ne first enya sa coalition center kura no ya pop parliamentary de ni wie ya ono de official returning officer no e wo ha ti e bo wie ya na etu powder egu no so no ubehu ana omu piepie ko figures nso de makatro say figures a ehu e wo sa abatu we mu no so obi twere 1 na wo wa hwe ye no just space to ha wodi na funu kakra bi ka ho aye 9 baby a 9 no da no se na last digit na se da be eyi ho baby a eye 90 asem de e ka no akunti wo ye agent wo ye bibia no hwa se to the very last enya wo nko ade na hia wo ma obi a waka bia de so nya den ehia yo nya 1 hwese ya twere 1 ni atwere sa no 27 what 0 bia
na basa ba so bi na honorable Philip Baso, good morning.
Good morning, Menua.
Na apum
ya ho adom enyina ya ho ye
eda nyame ase kuma wote sai
nyame adom ne mompai bo kuma wo edadi
ma ho boa into the general elections nyame adom Monday to say ni mabena mokeka bum ho especially police agent asema na ya sebe ka ho asemi
yo Menua ma menchia atiefo enkanka omonwo kuma wo abato empesua so na menchia otikoko so wo ene nanado dankwa kufuado ne nura yumaso a ekoso no ebeboa ama asanteman enkoso no etimi awie peye nipenye ni adwuma ye nso anya adwuma ye aye enti na mechia otikoko so said ye ne da no a mabona nado dankwa kufuado abaso ekesia Enua kumao ya yenhihye bebre yetu anamon bebre ye pese ye vote ye nya no 2016 no esa akonenim bie no kwasem a ewo mu ne se free se membeye mrahye bedwane wo kumao abato mpesua so no every 4 years bia no party votes no ekosro increase votes no na I said this year no so and this time no ebe strong kokra ebe timi so aye strong kwa mana broso free said here na minister education na wo kasa no kwasem say education kwa sector kwa no SSA etimima president Anado dankwa akufuado etwa ne ngomesua etwa amamuo no so ede ebiem every say obakumawo abato mpesua so na minister kase for technical vocational education no abai no from scratch up to the university level tertiary level no abai yense sanye bebre sa ense sanye no ebiaka kumawa bato mpesua sop kese pa yewo technical vocational institution kumawo case ewo miankasa menua BMensa ne fie enchen ehonu akrobo de say edai president gofo adaroma meye DC medi assembly nanim ekoto asase edema school no na yesi edai edisi so amenchade na nado dankwa kufuado obefro akonwan ohunu se technical vocational education yade a ehun hia kese eyie pa enti obepejamu ene technical vocational school a ewo hono no na nado aban spende titisika no 31 billion. Ye sika 3.1 million Ghana cedis. I improve upon infrastructure ewo hodomwa enya sem keto akra oko enkwanta temate besro enhia yemu efrebe bi buoko eho asase ene yensaka ya adan a aban nanado aban MPP aban sisegu honomo no enya asem keto akra won ewia contractor ni wie dwumadie no a fa mfidia ebeba na babe aid learning, technical learning, vocational learning eno enso ni nyina ebi eba I know so ebeye free SHS na school for no a ebekọ hodo edidi ene nkra no wie ho na omo ba university technical university no wia so kusua mason carpentry ene ada ye ka ho no a sabe oje certificate ya obeye contractor wo be si adai anase obeye nyuma bia ene ne course no ede fa sani pay ebeboa accredit jobs ama wanga eni adwuma no so anya adwuma eden aye enti wo hwe obi be ka say holistic education na nado dan kwakufuado na ban mu emfie enan a yede tumi no man ka say yenso no hwa Ghana mai eso no hwe no kuma wonso anya so mfaso pa kese pa wo hwe Bodumasi secondary technical na before say MPP abai meba ni mefane say secondary school ewo Bodumasi ni ewo only three government absorbed secondary schools anamontu a nanado abai mu menya akwai etuye ma ne minister Machopoku Prempe ebuaye ene nananom ebuaye baafo atachrebu Bodumasi ehene ayebema safo trebu akodua kumoma ehene enifa ehene ema yetuye ene Bodumasi enya secondary school enche kra Tuesday any week na car nanado aban ede dom school no mene nananom yeko hand over my school no say ya administration no ebe use car no mode ayedwuma na menua we no ma aye keka wo ngumasua emu no anye honkwa no munya car ne bio twebo akodua enra mene dade ase agrek senior high school ene dade ase hema ne nananom eko hand over dade ase de no de ma wo de kire oman no de nanado aban MPP aban ye nyina twebo akodua for enso de wo ho no mo a bankoman enso so edie wo na wenum nyina koswa na die na ye inspect wo 2027 December juada ya ebe benem se abato no ebe ye bumpa kesia amanfo be kire won eniso a eye se emfie na ya ye de ma MPP aban no masua kwaso chese wo hwe free SHS nkrai enka eho ade so gu awofo so gu yen MP fuei eso enya sem ketwa ne nyina no baba be wie peye na de meka ba ko aka ho biem ne se ye nyina university serve student loans eho enhihye bebre enne nyame yadom na MPP aban etwa amamu no so a eso kuta national card no answer AD process na wonsa etimi aka sika esese wonsa kana akọ university na abai akasa no na nado akasa no MPP abai etu saa na mo no enyama so gise na nado weni na mrahye bedwamu no MPC ebeko honomo no yebe abnormal opposition parties no representatives ansana yenya majority votes na ansana sanhihye we nyina etimi abamu na bra ye pushi na nado amana kwei na eja MPC no ewechira na hye se ye koya na ye ba Nanado Niswadi Hono, own Timmy a day, Timmy say, a Ghana, my Wanga a dot sa movement, ya. A year stronger than appetite. Ekwe ebetu abano boom 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 say ya and iswadi ho a eso na ekron say no ebetimi ede abem Ghana fo ntimi afodo se ebema nanado akwetena fie ebra na niswadi ho a nyame edia amano no entimi ede ememo make ya Rebecca wa basi library kese ewo kumowu Anglican school hono mo ni nyina ngomesua chese ye ka ngomesua ye ka president no ni ye ka ne hokani eni abai no enyina enti votes no de this year said ye tie bia no ebe kosoro na kosoro amana ye enwanwa ewo kumowu abato mpeso
kumowu voter register no ejina say
yeah doso and so yeah into bantima no no over 35,000 yeah kita
mo target say
yeah target no yeah target 90% yeah achievable and say normal akoso ewo kumawu abato mpesua so no ningina ebebe mu na ade ba kwa na ha kumo ene ye town rules no ya de ane ha drink kese pa this is hospital me ankasa ede mensa no krata akoma omampani ese we ye how kese oni September 7th I made a letter koma president 28 September yeah president I reply to the letter I bring me a response to a normal mechanical letter no munyina ene Kumawu Town Rose that men charge yenya World Bank sponsored program wa eba behwe na ya Kumawu Town Rose ni nyina anti Kumawu mai monka makoma entomo yem akwaya aka ni nyina se boduma sini nkro na aka ni nyina no ene edade ase meti he ya meba program ya na contractor na frames wanya award letter that yes town rules so ye baba behwe na ya enti we no mo na be ma ya votes no akosoro than even expected ekra enti ani da so kese ewo hono mo a empuntuo ekoso enkakra within this 4 years you another 4 years meka ho de menu ya me ho de o man no ana say ye constituency no ye district no ebe
kwakoye abo me da say Doc,
yes sir.
Mache.
Ohniba na sie du yaburu
na pom.
Yami adum odi ache ayasan ayabesom. Na mpacho mini ahonso eye. Sana mpesa metie. Sana mpesa metie. Na ohnibe ye chietie fo ni ahwefo nyina. So ni mi se da sene si ye no omo ne ma u program ye kese omo ne ma onya award. If you say omo ni ho a oni ho. Abuan be kese no ne fin tachira nti ye chairman opei na oyinba enne pepani a ode ba studio die ene ese ayi watwa fufu ma beton kwan mu ma te opoku prempe na no ni senior medical school.
Oh okay.
In fact omo ye nipa be se 9 omo introduce many Dr. Forsen into students politics, specifically medical association politics, USCMSC. Only the senior bakwa nyame afreno Emmanuel Tvet, Ransford Brinya, and Akojo come near friend Sikems. Sa the senior seniors and nay woman on napo woman introducing into students politics. Na enyame wan wa say nanado man appointment no any ahokeka no di fee school no hwene na nyonya odi abre oman ni nyina ne MPP amanyoko in fact free SHS there MPP nyina ebeji ho credit but ni party through me and sound beji credit President Kufuado Mati Opoku Prempe ena asaya aduchum
a lot of credit will go to these three personalities. Now, only me senior better hano. Adia bako na me huye se MPP aye after education ho. Adia bako pepe. And he say, omo hwe say access to education no. Ombeye na improve. Ekwan a nipa ebefa so na wako school, especially senior secondary school. Na wetimi akọ na wawie na aso aba no eno na omo target e friend access na me de enye me wonwa se wo hwe sa personality sa mabodin a president Kufuor me am senior napo any doctor say adutwuma ne kakra me hu no se omo ye methodical systematic ade no se problem ho asem da ho a omo hwe no obu hu compare ni training nkonkosie no hu se den ya ebeyi oha na fi ho na se meka access to education senior high education titru na ekwan be so na school fo betimi akọ school na motimi awie apase ne ho abamfa so a ni oma miensa access ni edikan a friend financial access na etoso mienu ye geographical access ana ne etoso miensa ye provider access provider na meka teaching and non-teaching staff sa nyoma miensa titru ana mai oni mesini na pokasa no ana strike me say yemfa geographical access ono aka na ha president Mahama ekosi e-blocks ebi osi ni ba bia oti kromo ana se oben kromo a obetimi akọ school no ena ebi nso osisi sebi mesini anka na saba na me na meka se osi ni onwuram nti ebede no nya geographical access wasiesi ho ye discussim wonfa dormitory anka ho say nye boarding house a day school nti ebetimi akọ emso ka ba akokra o my example ano ne president Kufuor mo ko ha nsi otoy o mantimi anko president po ne ka ye awenade for we drive no wantimi anko na kwara wonam ana so de trotro na pragi ana se den no betimi akọ nti wo he adwenkesi o bridging and removing the geographical access barrier sene ya enkwara betimi akọ school no adwenkesi nti nyame nhira nanado ene mesini anapo ene Dr. Say Adutwum ni all in education ni MPP say omode dormitories ebe kasa school nyina ho ebi kura ma start sene ya be ya boarding house ene okọ ho a na anya fi na otuto nsu makofa trotro sane adwun ne tosuminu financial access ne de say utidi ni free SHS na wahu say no ano no financial access say send ye da ya kano and then I think the most important intervention titru amoye ne say siketua na nkebesi ukwan na nka wodi anya akwan na wodi akọ free senior high no ye yisga semnafi ho. In fact, one of the things policy na ya me hu say media me nsusi o ene say teachers ni bi ene nye ho ena ebi a wofo ni bi ene nye ho PTA but PTA no na edisi nkwara bi kwan nti PTA dues no enya by force nti omo yi afio je say sike on pese tiketua bia ba na bofra bia se bi ni parents kwantimi ntia PTA dues no na de abe na asem nti financial access barrier na omo yi afio ho no sika sem bia ni ho se na ya betimi akọ school yenum bia breo ansa na yetimi akọ school ni etoso miensa provider access barrier a omo yi afio ho meka provider access we meka teacher for they are much roma de ene omo a enchira de nenso mu school ho na omo bua ma desua koso including non teaching staff including even omo pantry omo domestic basis ene omo bua school ni nyina me koso no hwe misini abetena wa kan nyoma pi incentives bia a omo de aya ama teacher for se omo hu se aban ebo omo chidom minka say 100% de wo bom chidom sene ya omo nso betimi eyi omo komam na omo de akira de ama nkwara ne hu ade enna omo nso a enchira de no omo betimi ahwe nkwara no he free feeding a ewo free senior high aduane ya de mom free no it takes a lot of commitment to be able to, because our numbers now cost. Into one, so my fat domestic business and cooks near the Omafia Cahono. One here, Nipano does sound no, the Anacra, Sabia Basabasa. Now, I didn't see a free. Into Sebio, awful behind your budget, yeah, the bay feeding. Now, say, why any no one to me any dear, said the assembly bow. Into MSA, Sausha, MPP, any President Kufuado, any Messina Napo. Any education ministry na onwe say ombe sum no ma step by step, one by one. Sani ebe na 3 barriers here wo financial, geographical and provider access barriers ni obe ye fi ho. Say sikasam tuasam ha na ebe tuasika na ma aba ebe tuasika ma say obetimi akọ. Say school ni ye de besi ba bi a onso obetimi akọ. Any near toso yensa say teacher for any non-teachers are on Beshimukina no ma febia cajon no motium kaye so no there. Now example be on my no a mammy who say San your mammy and say Omogin one son or moye na dachi bino one here no never boa pa or can KSCS and now Hilbamboa. Yeah. And I hope Bisano a question na a good pa say inti dainty na say school from Quarano, or prayer say KCS number co. And what the emphatum was in the prempe. Oh, say, baby, I bear on between a friend geographical access. Inti, and young one was a senior, no, I mean, senior kind. Corana Mocos is seeing, or my dinner was through. Into one here, KCS, see, a bear, a dompa. I never, whether me betray me home. Enra, unia penny, me, Yakwan Kakra. Co-supervise a special voting vi na nana ya sebe aka ensembia a very pertinent as a channel so na mom ne di kan no me ma electoral commission me mo mamo na me ma omo ekoto aba na nkasa nso amo na me ma agents polling agents na mo na me ma security forces a omo nso okoto obi okoto na bantem no san supervise election no me mom nyina abaso if you say enra so obu nkompo na abo ne tofa e kire say abato no course a ensem na esisi ntawantawa ne ade ne ye kakra be minor incidents nti generally election e ko fine me die me susu ye ne say voter turnout no baby ana me woni say no na me feel say ke bia ke benya 100%. But ebia eno so nyeba niman kitenkite bi nti enye omunyina na betimi toye but na encouraging me stress Ghana fo nyina no aka be se nanum in fact effectively nan na yakoto aba no omun sorry onye twi no mun koto aba no if you say some sorry twi na voteta na to kosra osefo nye wahihye nyina be say in fact specifically I mean ka say NDC machination o maye nyina say titu Asante region Asante memo ha no vote no beba form no so mo sorry twia sa hye ni nyina ensi onye ba mesi subio Asante man Ghana man nyina se mo sorry twi na mo koto aba no na voter turnout no kosra me kura de mi so me nkan kan say enter 80%. Ohamu nchemu di otwe ni akire esa hihye a NDC for ni nyina if you say no obeye ni nyina no even though you be counter there but no obeye ni nyina no so sorry twi na akoto a da bia na ya sebeka usori twi na akoto a oma sem nyina ka omanum na plans omudi nyina no de enne yenya ho adaje nka ntimi sram sem akoto aba mungi twi na enioma mienu bia mehuye nra memfantufo na memfa manunsi ho hwe oneba I say nra me my biggest lesson me taking from supervising the election is it takes the 3 main entities to have a successful election. Electoral Commission nankasa omo ehwa ba no so no enna omo ebeto aba no timemfo no enna polling agents ya ehwa ba to no so no if I say security for any COVID ambassador no dia omo ka Electoral Commission ho omo no bom eye djuma enti sa afam yense nyina no obi ahohia na enura me hu say electoral commission on bo moden ba den so mo ye nipa he eto bi a ne nipa bro ohine ba eto bi a ote ho ba no abre omo ye bibi enura me hu say we omo polling assistance no mo ye for me pacho asima make tiefo ni ahwefo mu ntie ni ye because process na na ye famu no 7 December ensesa eno anti entake ni enfa improve ni enfa nko yanim ni di kan polling assistant odi kan no ya name reference list officer ona odo card ba obehwe no ahwe se odi wo manual register no no ahwe ba bia wo nti bia wo 18 left no aka kire the next polling assistant ono no ya verification VVM assistant ono obehwe se odo nsasi so a ebe kan se yo unipa esesa oto aba wo hono ni nti ono ne na fi ho a na odi ink account na fe wukọ the next person ono beti ballot paper na ma ani presidential nti wo de koto polling booth num na otim suru ho wi a na pepa onsa na bobo ni yi no ahwe se odi stamp si echi asan echire fan na fe wakoji second one no ani parliamentary no wakoji eno nso so di stamp si echire top right corner no wasan ho na wakoto enso koto na odi team number 1 na fe wabobo na odi abetum na fe ufi ho ka covid ambassador no odi hand sanitizer be yon sa ho ansa na obedu polling station ho no krampa ansa na obewura security area be bia on the tape according half no esa ohoro nsa odi nsu ni samana na afi wapepa nsa ansa na wowuram na nti ukọ na odi ID card na akọkire ye hwe na odi wo ma betimi aka 18 left nti ukọ na ne o hwe verification no odi afidi na hwe o QR code no so na afi ba na odi nsa tim so esa ewa eje o verified a na afi odi ink account satia ketwa obenkum na afi ufi hono a na wokọ bebi a ebe ma presidential ballot so stamp esro right top right no sign na afi owi a wonbukam ma okrampa wo de so hu se ne so bukam ukoto aba na team number 1 e wo soro ho a bukam na tintin first na afi wasan bukam yeni enu a ade ba ko a me hu ni se presidential ballot no hu se ewa candidates na wo so no do so hene ba enti ye de say ye tu ya bo be say almost one na ballot box na ya ma enti ne adwen a am say returning officer na ye ne say ene say obubo presidential ballot paper na ubu ni tentim ndi ka buka no ni tentim first a say ne obi ink enkoto obi so na nsai ubuka na first a na nka mo busa buka mo mienu parliamentary ayi ne de etia enti we ne say yi but presidential no practically ne say ubu mo first ni di kan a obona sendium ni di kan a afi ensei nti akire no obetimi abukam be se mienu ana miensa kra na ye kitwa na odi ashim sa na ye ya ma box no ya nsasa box ballot box ama ye tuwie no na asembie ni ho nti presidential no obona sendium ya obona tentin di kan a sa na ensei a make sure say stamp akire assign stamp no so electoral commission stamp bebia section bia on different na no polling agency no behwe a certify answer na start enti eno no the see top right no assign answer na odi aye enti sa ene na ade ba ko so a yenhye ne so no say se na make an say electoral commission nipa no ya no obrea na bo say we no abeje no abani ni asore no no so say nipa brea obey mistakes ene no kura de ba ko nipa bra obey mistakes nti omo ye ma na ye fe ye na we ama we asore no no so abetra omo training no omo training on fine and omo was supervisor ye returning officer enso wo ho ye supervisor wo nti ehini polling agent me will advise bi mamo ewo ho hwe election no se betimi akoso a isi adwuma na oye na ese wote ase ese ohumra no nti bibi touch ma anya confrontation anya hey na odi kasade no wakana tene emebe site nyoma mienu ye starting no utumi say omo a ne odi ink eka nipa nsa no ye verification no na djuma no na u beginning na perfect near as a stamp a ballot paper nechi no sign no beginning no not touch makakra. But as time went on, they said 3-4 hours no, now the rules have reversed. Near the inkini canum now pressure be gunu so kakra names reference officer no yen after internal pressure no obi how we are nipa ba ko na na be kai say fa onsashe inkinum it because security officer ba ko yeah the ballot no man no ba say there be inkin kan nsa nti polling agent wote ho a non confrontation aboko no aka say eja nsa yi na say yen stamp pro so ne nsa e kire so a na de boko aka esese be bia woni koso enra your station say sabio manususumrem enipa bi ekọ boot num na otwa na yini photo and our agents na draw returning officer attention and or say oma ejai enti asumdwe by enti say bia wo hu na fe da social media na otwa yi no enti agents no so sem humra no ehu ne ekoso na mo bua electoral commission ama de no koyie and one so obeto aba no me last point wo ho no say ebi beto aba ye de fa ne say security agencies journalists any EC officials on beto aba de obia nim de mebro so we were wrong kakra bi very few omo no so but still important oba e beji presidential ballot ni wie no otu wie no oko ansa ne team president hey aka parliamentary enti mesra onipa de ebi kra no ba adwundwumi ya da no so no nti mesra munya vigilance
doc let us say
enema wey na me feel say ye dey nyina be boy
baja
Martin
yeah yo ya bedro ni
ya ba bedro no
the radius na ensembi wo ho a ayesebeka ye di kan ya be the radius se o my Ghana wa boy ho ban e de bedru sambre na ne manema nketenkete bi de esisi de na nso so afia ne nyina agitum se ebeye dempa na ebi empo edintwro entimi amaso na nka bato okura entimi amaso ewrade ayado menua enema we nyina entimi ansi ne binum okura ni abrese den se omu su ehunu bi a omunim ene se wumbu nim dia ombetimi akire se edin okura yentimi ntwro na yare akuye nyina atoagu na kabato no krema so na Ghana be yehu a ye be wu tem nanso me ka che Awurade anu nyam se ne nyina amaso Awurade doye ni ankasa afin so abato bia na ye be komu a na ehu kase ba be hye nipa so sanhwe yie kura no ansa ne nru so no ne nkontimba ne niema ya ye no ya ye frɛ baby hotspots ni akeka ni nyina nanka ye kon ewum se ebi asisi de na enso so se de ye sika no ni esusu se beye no antimi anye sa enipa ni ete na wabato enipa nya nimtie wabato nipa nya botre nipa ete democracy ase na eye fe ye toso miensa eni se afi abato ye bekoi political parties ni nyina no meka se omu nyina abo omu modern obi aye no manifesto na election no nyina no yatimi aye free enkanto so ntwanko nkontompo ene na braba ene na ada no yi campaign no every ho am yatimi alande campaign no wo issue base se democracy bia umu se panye faso to aba a move away free propaganda na bedru issue base muna munyame ase muna munyame ase pa intwanto so ye frɛ akoa bi Kevin Taylor ono na denam ewiase se wakohu audit bia sika be 52 billion efiri taxes aye jeje ya move every Ghana commercial bank akopie Bank of Ghana no akopie baabi nkrofo bi afa ayera last minute tie wode betu mu no na omu di edin bebrebe a omu di ye ntwanto so no aba ebe bobo se sumasi ne benten apia sika no ni nyina na ka propaganda no ho anya dwuma so koji obi sika wadiri di hunu wantimi anya dwuma no ene John Dramani Mahama ejina ha wa husaye issue base wakika bia kika te se de kane no ope no na banyi a owo so ye Nanado Dankwa Akufo-Addo ye Nanado aban ene ni ministers no obi oka ba no ho bia no meda obi ase midika hui se abatwe ye move from that angular and this ye comfortable ni enko issue base ni enchire ye duru ho a and this be ye mobo ontimi nka obeye confused ampa nyame adom ye hyehye ne sa no onse na wuyi na podie no ene niema ni nyina ye ka kirom se munsho we nyina resource fair na project amoye no enya will na wuwu a ya kenkan enya will ye be kire Ghana fo mu yie enti na untumi nso so ye popular e ka sa ne ma no so ka ho Uni NDC ni di echinyi enye na no de na no ya. Di ni mu otimika oni ani mu kura na guase. Etu otimika sembi awo. Ani mu no kuro ni bi na guase. Even the candidate himself aton ani mu na to atwe atro into the dustbin. Di ani mu kuro otimika. And you say, "O masa yentunche mu biem." She said, "The passport yentunche mu ye no. Acquire specialist." Hey, job. Yes, he say 50% ya. Was so be fado. Chemu peno. Why yentunche mu di akọ 100%? Hey, I was there fani nyina. Master of intunche mu. O practice ade na cha. Say wu nyini kura. It would you experience you manifesto that would me apply at any point in time. Sa experience dey free ho. Okay, Matiami do say you know the okodi di natem you know stupidity no. Or say passport na ono ko guarantee man ni nua no. A wo UK no. Or the shemu say o really gone. Na Ghana hakura woni ha ba bia. Yes, it is a bastard. Tricks ne akwantuo ne passport ne yina akwa dare mu pa onani mu weye na nka wo ye ne kwa ja president die ya kire de nkro Ghana fo nyire kwa buruchire ka Ghana fo wapia wo mu egu buruchire amaye ni o eno na wunim wo hu se de sitie no ndc fo aye ntunche mu na eno kra no issue base you know na afọ so wo mu makwa kopia nankanye ho kasa break bi a Kevin Taylor ensabi o kaka ba heart Ghana sika ya 52 billion echo unknown destination na ke beda ya niema ye ke beda tu adwumayefo kreka na 52 billion akọ unknown destination na mu boss kadina mu boss kadina 52 billion hey scan about this 52 billion. Not just 20 versus 18, 19, tax revenue, ira.
I appreciate figures.
Dabi onimu. Dabi, enya sa anya ye no. Wọ́n ṣe di esitie enye sa na ye no kromfo a wokosa ne abrewa boso ode yenwia boso ni nyina nka ho ya prum yenwia ni nyina wo ya sa abrewa becho ya prum ya prum ye beto no afa
tama bosori nyina koyeta obecho ye za eti NDC are confused at the latter part of the campaign na kura so de wayerem eti campaign no tonsi onum no megidi se ni tiri kura nya metay na matisa ona bo ase du nkatia last minute baton for the burning na Asante region ahwese be fa anye yie me de adru issue base ni de NDC ahodin e wo issue base enko yie wo man package wo mo ho yie hwede sa me de finu be kekan ye nipa bi di du o manim ekekensem hwede ayarga eyeye John okra hand over edema no say ono anye no wonka na kapani de nsem no awo kan kura no we authority o be di president da na ka bi obi akora betwa ntro aka de enimu a o de nke ensaw because only flag bearer no now to me ko kan say ye wo hepic entesa approach for ne soja for egisika ye bribe bi na ya ha si tua ekuyafo a living income differential ye de ma wo aba no aye ne hyehyeye eno so so ye bribe ena no so ye tua de ma wo no na chese wo de wo ade bia wo
nsu aye num ni free so
ni nyina so o se ye bribe nsu aye num ni free ye bribe electricity ye bribe free education no kura no so ye bribe ade wo so na wo de bae enya me nwanwa so ho enya me nwanwa ni nyina ne se NDC an sheda ansua MPP yi tama MPP e ba power no NDC fo be pe nipa edi ye chiri ahyedo ye yie asua de ye no ahwehwe pitfalls etimi akama Ghana fo atie no minkase ye soro abofo na niema ye no bi amfumso ni bim but NDC enya daje ansua MPP Crawford ahead of NDC for more than 50 years and to me read NDC ni so easily. Don't Dramani Mahama Bekasa, you can easily read him. The Aqua see Oba was president the Aqua IMF. Clearly, who to me who said Eduma or person. So, woman yakwan and to education wha woman yani pebia or better say steady na po steady adutum what you say steady obey yam po Tvet no kura fa na mo hwese mo be match won boot for boot sana eye boot for boot o sana eye boot for boot fa economy na de kan of rata no mo eye mo be obi no be gira brane boot for boot setepe yekoye no oba se yema no approval guarantee bi na yanka bi ma no ansan ko IMF enko ye adwuma living NDC sabe no opeche wo pese aban no boa no ko IMF no nam ye corridor so ya no opede ya mu anu man ko pa adwuma nya wo IMF no way eti mo anya nipa na nsan ye no oba ye ewo mu anu abeka tax bi ho nsem ne ho ne ma onfolo adwuma no ope uko fa agric ya wanya obia ma na study system na ma agric nobody is studying the system it is not the doctor for free yakotodu mu ye ene oduro mi amadan fo ye Woma heda ensuanti no na omu nimu na ye chigye half yesi o fre obi akando enya sa edi ebe ni etu woma nsua enti NDC ni nipa he baby aye dro no so when the COVID year 2021 wa wonya battle ready na fei na uko yin krofo enfofo ne abesua biem dia wawu oman kro wawu oman kro me se wawu afeina wo betra ho se Don Dramani Mahama mra meyi ni nipa ana obi a enema no onte ase enti afeina akando ekosua health no ho nsem ana wonum dia na fa ho agric way dia na agric ya droi epeje droi ndc ni ben education dia droi ndc ni ben mini amumie fa ba mu oni ni agro sao eni di rough se ekotrai no ahwe Don Dramani Mahama kura ntia mamuo nase ontia se onim ba bia duro no ho kura wo so onim economy no afiri mu wo ho kura na economy no kura no so onim de ekro na wa firi mu kura kwakwade nam emfie nan afi na wo ba data mu kura wantimi amie wo pron na bodum yenu a yadum light ya wo ko ya frax e kura won so ne ma ewom yenu me bia sa ba wani so safwa no kura wo humpo na de asipunu nani Ghana governance and economic management is closed totally and forever from Don Dramani Mahama ya to pronum want ya see enti china we are the day ana 1.3 affair one man ke be di bone Machiavelli for no on say easy unim media commission anya media commission journalists association uri omo ye mo amanto abari bi matese journalists bi tiatiamu no one the two lists one the cultural hard copy and I used to say for fast soft copy mra ni enje eyino wo mu kono soft copy no or be kono na hard copy no o ma yi di ni bi afim yes so they submitted 2 copies enti mo amudi na ma no e wo hard copy no so and I used to fast soft
away bus
away bus o mo yeda e yi di ni frim enti me ka kire mo ne enti mo hwe niam bi ye se be ya enam no special voting no mo media for mo be lambaste se adede kwanti yisi no kura no ka mo be lambaste no a grand scheme 3 FM enti mo dia masoa that is the reason and I yisi so hwe won beto bato aba na no di displace you odi displace you na bi ko bu okranka obekọ baabi e na akọ report every waba it is like a way bass say you say Wontumi ka dim den it is a one to be a
just also akomampo
I just also akomampo o di ase na wunya kwan bi su kura ke de o kọ north o kọ be savannah e na o kọ fa report to the every hono maba Wontumi nya won hihye yeye ento o mo hyesa e hyeda e deliberate ploy and wo mo ye yo yi nkrofo din efifififire mu yes a wo mo anto bie enti ko a soft copy no number of persons a e wo ho no e so asene the hard copy no e wo so no na uye bibi se yi a na opese enti media for the make be aso de say a deliberate ana a failure on the part of Yisi a more association no mo nkrofo no na mo share da e pese mo di gu Yisi na numu ase na so e ye mo beto
na de nye Mr Money ya na
money I say no money
Mr Money
ya mo ko yes even Yisi aso ye hokura no ha Yisi Munsuro krofro bi je mfiteo e wo ho na ensabni bi wo ho no mo a enam se aka be ne nan ne nansanti na yakafunu ato amramu no nti no mumye hwe ni ensi efunu ni emra meka abusuasem e ho de yesesie wie dia na yeji ensa abode no kakra memene da ne hwe ne atika kura kwasi ada yetimi de ye abusuanhyi amu ka yensa ya hwe ni adaka numu na ye ma
esi ensema ewie numu nifu na wonya e ba ye
ensem wo ho Efri niema bi saa mrensem bi wo ho a oka na de mesa aka ne se Nanado se ontimi ne independent bi anya adwuma oto aba ma independent ate se de wasai aba no independent ntimi nye hu emfe mayen osono emfa ne nufusuo enka se me bagina ho na nantwie ba menu menufusuo osono ba enenum ne ma menufu ena wo abebo kokwa now say wo be there the president aka no menim se ja me beboa ne wo say ye ntwa nsu a ye nka so odanchem ano ye po enso na ano ye po na tete ho nko ade a mani hu sabe kokora mo amfere do so obebu MPP party ni nyina hwena gumu ama yanumagu ase no asawa no ye bedobre no na ye dia famu yenso ye mfere ye beka obie de wa oye pe de mahu no ene se de MPP for body esi abre no obie ni wa oko independent obenwe ni wa Ashanti region da me kan na mama to na musuomo constituency a wo ben ya saa no ye beba na pro atete hwe enfie na ye da ye nim makwan it will be suspended munya hu school munya hu maso loan area ho munya bi Enema bebre education scholarship ya bay. Yes,
that's right.
Here, for some professor, no contribution, no
job. Yeah, contribute to so and watch is a kind episode. Uche Diano Totune. Yeah, and Swababimu 2008. Sir Otre Sekanya, yes, Christian on the Singapore and Namu Busom, the Midi Casoma mono, Bibi Hiamo, what was it, Debbie? Bibia here was it Samre ya muko india Montesekai. The one Nisekai on pet nata the anton and Fantosica nibi. Hey, you better Sika nibi na independent ni Ochiayaki.
That's right.
Na horu ni ebe hu se independent ni yensu ebe show. Wono so see akwa no ba ayinya hwe wanya hwe Would you who cry when you be? Plenty cry who be? I won't pass you. So near Bessie to his hour follow. Papa, we are born in every. Hey, Kobusa Bosomefre, a dear they see it. A go see what I say. Kobusa Shaba and Coco, what to me a day? Kobusa Shaba. Yadika cry in Nipano Eddie. Enti meka wom sa sem wo ho aye no matrase aka no kokwa mu se ye beka fiasem nanso so musi dabi enti mesremo eniema bebre wo ho no mo a ye be ye nanso so ye meka kire mo ne se eya ni brisem Nanado lay foundation for MPP as a party to stay for a very, very long time. As a foundation, no okahubi. Obienu wa ya the papa sacrifice anymore. Oyeba won ti say obi wa ne maame nom entoma nom nyina ono motonto ya zana wo munya school ni biako. Ne maame an sacrifice no ho. Anko pede jamo ansa na ne ba enya school ni biako. Ya maame no wo ma mubu achacha. Ama man so abode sa ntwa James so popo. E was anti achima subu a. Me maame ni season chi ai. 19 years ni one of them. What who said is it here no? Ni nyina sacrifice. Eti Nanado sacrifice where the penny wadro. Wo sacrifice say eniema bia wo pese odi gu kwan mu na ma MPP timi hurigina daache. Ghana ye o na MPP susu ye ka ho. NDC ni ekwanya ye faso ebuma opportunity a don Dramani Mahama nyaye no Nanado anyamufa. Waba to aye waba woni atame so ya ne vice akokura udi dachi sabe besra meka na ho aden kura wo fom entu ka se woni luckiest vice president enka wolf bibia wo na wo ye ena wo didi mu wo ti ase akwa bia no ne na bia sabe na nani ni ho ne didie na enam no wo se mia na minim ese akwa wo ye kese dodo omfuru nyina atoto wo se na wonim se me na minim didie no sabe nani no enwu ade papa wo jiri za hwan na we nam no Drop the man beyond the mouth. I look proud now, Codiano, near Toso, but beer, only at the mouth. What's I saw back? 1 year was at the mouth, and no deed between the dear no so. Yata the amount full, or you see, fiscal capacity to borrow. Now, would dear Nimo, be beer, wouldn't know dear Nimo. John, wouldn't know deep beer. Lego Hospital Israel for the sea. Una udi ani mo finance minister setepe dead. Mo na mo koye sabu ko negotiate a whole vice president himself. Yeah, ye negotiate ya di low. No what dem ho no bi. Oh Israel. Na mo pamo wo mo aka ne se wo mo ko gogota enko ba bia ye si ye Yesu. Na wa wo be negotiate. Me kan ni nya kire wo ne. Odu o pamo finance for the say ba bi di gogota. What the Legon for lectures be Kobe. And what got you say, when go gota. More monco. Na monco, baby, I see you. Monco is cash. Monco is cashing. Now you negotiate. Turkey, no one acquire. Brazil, no one acquire double. A negotiate here. Every power agreement to be out. Uko ye drew Botswana. Eko dear Jinamu. You travel photo in nearby. Na uye se ye ya sika pampan bia baby wana don Dramani Mahama ti obi baby sika pampan wo baby I go where from sagreme wo mo esi da no don Dramani Mahama uduru hoja wo mo tebo mo ya iru na di ko re dem wo sika didiuti baby ah this one thing sika pampan emisata nko baby ada our entire career mu papa de de oh nyame fa de kransie do wadie miankasa wo na brabom yo baaye ne yiri ka sanke ohu yanka atra o Bank of Ghana wa be ne nam ha am ya beto ajeje mu John sika bia na de eche taku kapre ehefa bibia na de eche wow mu na uko but because they were surprised to see president himself. Se sikafia wei na kweye di etire abaha fia wei eno odi etire abaha Airbus na wote Brazil sa de ye no Airbus bibie ni ho na wo se fa ukon ho baby kura no ubo se ubeji 18 hwe unim se national identification ki ayawie national ID John Dramani Mahama charge $8 million. Say even Koguna Kansum and say Maso. That was why the contract was not awarded. I'm telling everybody today. To me, $1.3 $8 million in Koguna Kansum and this our me national ID. And duly Crofonentia. And Crofonentia. International ID no ayantimi and Ghana way. John Dramani Mahama charge this amount. Same thing go to private account. Na almost so anye. No, we say I don't know where you are betija. And I'm who dear Drew. It will go want me and national ID cra. Want me and national ID cra. No pesika. What you say? Mobu so rasa tepekwanyo fa sunya di sika kosisi. You or baby ani ko pram. Oh, university bia eto obubuafuo se be ya adentina nanado. Amfa university na anko ho no mo a so mate ho asem university bi na ko se ko pram no me ne ho niam ne ade busa owura se tepe ko he hostels ya akosisi ya unya sika no na ade ko yes ade no se bia university no ananka ho ne hostel ya ode be serve he ya ye free ho enkura ne ntefre ne bedem omo be rent. They will rent your flats. We dig Ghana brosa na day. Papa nya hwe abone so nya hwe o. papa nye hwea John Dramani Mahama ba wo san ya ba no ni mfidie yi eja wadwo an wo san behwe esum ni yie no the $400 billion bauxite amaninua entire economy ya eben ebiti Belgium One Holland in the benso or the amaninua now say ejapa kai ntati asemu ejapa wait chicken change runner of Ghana oil chicken change yeah sorry he called Ghana oil chicken change don't the money Mahama no Ghana oil dey say chicken change kura ni twi ni say tofe nsesa na uye say ye sika ho propowa na Ghana oil money minua enti sunne Ghana for me kan kire mu se sunne munya obi kura mani ni president ya munko han Togo fo no mu medi John Dramani Mahama already a retire no na a character and this for bon penny pafofro na so and this dia mempese ba CPP ana mon chase na monya mu fie ye a opportunity for you to come back and this dia ne ba na be ya den kwa bi opeso de Ghana faso no ba bia nya dwuma na nya dwuma na anya dwuma kira eti obia kana kuba nturiyam na Monday mokoto aba no a monto no kama obia nsore waka pooling agents otrasia fradopa mobekọ ho be se obekọ ntemti bia 5:30 kura no oduro ya obepon nunum enuru ho no atrasia bread e ewo nipa so enti yensan pe backups a counting no enuru ho bia wa bre ni counting no obeye restless bibi atisa bia yensan pe ka bia wo back tie aso wa say dey sit here no yeah friend spare right mo me entre ni mienu time no nkoi na during counting no so no ye me nipa bi so me support wo mo ekokohwe eyi no so na wo mo nso so enye counting no wa wo bro mesrew Monday fachaye wa wo nantem mesrew Sunday dentem na fachaye wa wo ye hwia mesrew Monday be ye ene wa gohwa no wa gohwa awurade Israel mo no fa baso a yenso ana yo menua said menua pene kusibuafo ne nana ya sebe enomo akano nyame ya domo a Monday Ghana for enhwe adwuma pa MPP aban ananado dankwa kufu adoda no one ewura Dr. Mahmoud Baumia na pamfo nyina aye emfie N9 enini emfie 9 Ghana for real change and sisa foforo MPP aban osia oye yenhwe yinkuro eso yen constituencies ye districts and sisa papa ekoso enkakra yes room wo hwenye da kopen ye di see room starting kakra na wo hwe ekwaya MPP aban afa so a de yedru ya ese yeto aban ne so a eni da so kese ese Ghana betimi afa ne ntoma pai dey efra ye hwe titibremu Misrim Joseph say yenye sebe aban warehouse ni ntwenua ne no edey engum ne komo amedien eye ekwaya aban bia faso building ne mai esiesie de no magu ho no mo say ya ho kire ma ne mai emu na na do dan kwakufuado but every district bia come here say every district bia warehouse say ya kuafo edo no baya na bua etimi bebua wonu ba bia onfa enko aban eyen hyehyeye through the buffer stock
ya to nuane ne de agu honomo aboban sɛ ya kuani bia wo ye wadwuma ubenya wo bre eso emfaso aban ensisi wona wonso wonsisi aban me district warehouse ye wo mienu a enya sem keto akra planting for food for export ne noma na nado nhihye ya MPP aban nhihye ya wode egu na kwemu yade a eso ni ekese enti Ghana man ye besremo se juada monkoto aba no sonko kra na me kai kumawu abasto emfesu aso emfie enan ya yedi animu a ma buy me party woso sebe ye ka security services me kai se me ba be ye mrahye bedwani na sata na party no opposition sebe nipa ba akona mitimi bo ano ma wenya security service mo akwenya in fact na hadring but ebra na nado aban baso fairness a ewomuo enti sabofra bi etu anamo na wota na chi ewomu a amofra yi ensa aka mempesu aso enkro be semiensa ena ebi enkoso nenso said ye sha ase nkakra no saa na the next administration no ananado administration no a meka ho ebie no ye behwe ni aketa ehonomo enyina na obia nso akobi wonwe ko police omo every military mu a ya station womo nso ewo honomo fire service prisons ningina eye normal aye new to the constituency na nado administration ene yehu saa normal no ewo honomo a ene mu se emia ne bi wo honomo a akeka normal nkakra esese yetumi eye sebe untimi nyina so na onye ye ka one district one factory ye will be ewe ye constituency akokuru biti setemate ebi ewo honomo a kase ye bebia no na start ayedwuma amfa nipa kra no over 120 die ebetimi afa won na waye adwuma bebi mfidi normal nkakra te se bia boat and nurse nomne ade bia ni kenika home bro emo mfidi nkakra yede bia fidie bi se betimi dia ni nyina no ye beye bi wo factory honomo a enti ne pakakra normal ekoso a me fi se si etoa aban ne so a bibia ebekoyi one constituency 1 million projects ebi wo honomo a ye sha ase contractors de ma won no won sika semunti wo muntimi enye ho adwuma enyueye enso bi honom a okọ sechra si school dan wo honom through sa medium years 1 million one constituency so ena ye sa project okọ besra 10-seater water closet toilet enamsa aban enhyehyeye a ode ba ye eso temate esa ebi wo hono ko twubu akodua secondary school ma ne mema ejanan bia ne nyina namsa sika eso ko dade ase secondary school so a ebi wo hono mo esa aban sika ode fa ye so ye common fan ye de aye mpuntudwuma nkakra wo nkro no so a kyerɛ se na nado dankwa kufuado toaso a eni da so kese ewo ho nim se abotan so bridge no problem kakra ewo ho no mo a ne nyina na ba contractor ensesa kakra ebem wonu nti ebem adwuma no withhold kakra but bypass road no de ye ne yie se ya ka betimi afa so a problem bia no ema ewo ho a me personal money of about 7,000 Ghana cedis ma me edikai e de asiesie ekwan no eso enkakra me say at the right time no major road na a lady from Kumau to Abotanso no ebetimi ide ayeyi na mafam tibonka makoma entomo yam enne day meba honomo ene oman no ababa behia na nanado Adam Kwakufu ado na ni so ado hu kese no obia nso sebe atene ekoso na yakoto aba mefa sa kwanya so abo electoral area campaign team na abaso kese pa fi se adwuma sono ena won eye ede bua nkrukru ni nyina oka oyoko oka banko bome yoso ekrofonso abotanso ene kumawu bodumase no abodumase mobia ena yene mabunu no ekopie raso ekoba besro enyina munyina mo ye adwuma ekese pepiase menimu se nyame yadomo a mo beboa ma votes no etimi increase na MPP abai in Ashanti region said the votes a yenyaye no esese yentimi increase kra esese etimi dey maintain votes no say ya nanado besa eko nimprenu eso na mrahye bedwa no nso esremu a nanado adwuma wa ye nyina no mrahye bedwafo enimu a adwuma no entimi enye yie enti wontimi nkoyese mikoto baako no meja eba baako ye nyina ye nkabom ne ento aba no na yentimi ntai na nado achi na ne nhyehyɛ papa owo for the next administration no etimi abaso na wie epeye edam
ela say honorable Philip Baswa mrahye bedwane kumawu ana yelia bisi hey nana yankoi
Parliament. Honorable, Mubasa ko Parliament Tanzania to Abana.
I think the 14th September December.
Ye to aba ewia ye besa ko Parliament Tanzania rise.
Na de mbusa ne say mobekọ Parliament.
Tanzania abato no.
Monko Parliament.
Ye nko Parliament.
And the Electoral Commission ehia sika de ayu madwuma ya. O say nko mobile Parliament. Yes sir.
I say o mobile Parliament. Then so Electoral Commission abai di omo hia bia no abai approve they say fairness ebetimi akoso na omunya any problem ebia ewo about you because a major decision taken and answer making na Monday Ghana eba beyenti aban toto one omhyehyɛ ya as because Parliament committee Electoral Commission a report to me committee no so special budget committee and we enti minim said yes omsaka bia no wonsa aka ma me no so yedwuma kese pa
yo meda wase na mabusa se mo a mo ne omuti Parliament ho no ye wo NDC MPs they are on record say special budget committee kwotena ase eye bibia Electoral Commission ye kwaje de obeje so de run elections asama omuka ye ne se enye de ya Electoral Commission ebesa ababiam abaji sika ansa no maye elections na sika omukwaje no omuntimi enye se sika no eno omu be yusu okay say the 10th update President Mai on COVID ehono easy restrictions bi na ono kasa 10 p.m. President Sami Jamfi okasa wi Sami Jamfi e ma notice say opeso counter the president aka no na no pa it was 1st June say obe counter na anadwo no any anopa oye flyer no anadwo no flyer oye ebaye no na 73 traditional big radio TV stations commercial stations and na air Sami Jamfi anopa no 10:30 DH1 ni omo mutu aso nyina 73 ampa so anopa no 10:30 omu fa no na hwe asema okae efa register no o say we are of the firm belief that the decision is merely not President easy restrictions no the decision is merely intended to pave way for the Jane Mensah-led EC to carry out its rigging agenda through the executive of their needless and wasteful new voter register agenda. What words are you say president a easy restrictions kakra now or say that useless wasteful say elections ebe who can na omo de buy any nyina call parliament no electoral commission catch Ghana ebra na NDC 4 years happen no omo catch Ghana for nyina ne say Charlotte say administration no omo ye limited registration humpo eka omo claim so omo boy no de omo ye we nyina akora enu sa limited registration and so omo de buy elections ni nyina awie say enra nyame ya adoma special voting no koso enade na omuka omu be panacho atendidie na omu didi no anase omu bu omani aguso aka asem foforo ehonu no ka se Jane Mansa eye slay queen ene ho ahwan ehonu o mema ne sa ne ma ni nyina na nyame na aye mwadom Ghana fo ena campaign bia to nsuom senya sa ka media houses bia ebeti agum Messi Fred money some can 20 timer why not a free times edi then President John Dramani Mahama chi echo voter regional okonya accident wi no.
Yeah, I remember.
Okay sama Fred money kai me kai say ni di no some money no Mr Money o wani mguase a journalist wode agumu me de me sha na sit da wi ase me buy ono sama car from that time o wani mguase wode agumu and now who be aka all twisting near mafa. You see, Electoral Commission say for hard copy, soft copy bra. It's hard copy number file, soft copy number input. Now obia send ya odo near my buy no. Ya dia ye arrangement about two special voting. What should they yin crofo dear film within the media fraternity no. That master plan no at the ho. It is our no media no focus no ko yisi so say adwuma no ko mu ntimi nye na wa hwese bi kura kakra ya omu ye kura no omu antimi anye o se omu start say ko mu ebetwa Jane yisi ene ne nkofo omu betwa o madapa no o so ko fa Charlotte say eba GH1 ebe ye sa business program
Ghana Town Gan Samuaniama
what do you share Fred money asema okaye
the one is thank you is a lasa
asema okaye na me say enye campaign ya John Dramani Mahama campaign to so mu ya ka ba hu media houses na adwuma bia na ntokwa kra na kom beba nyame na aye wadom eti sabre yanka mudi ama no na mo ten mo Arsenal no on the Electoral Commission na mo twa ne te say ono na ebi oyi mu di film no munye competent o mbetimi dia ye adwuma ya Fred money mu structures na mo de ye adwuma no mo sheda hard copy no mo de ko mo yi soft copy no nti o mu din ama
okay
na obi ani di ama bia no o ho kwan so okoto na ba the 7th of December wa nya kwan anto first na e chese ni di o na senti list no so etu o ho kwan se okoto na ba e duada nyame boa otibi koto na ba it's strategy no we so anya den anya ye ene de o se bibi e ba scandal figure wo body kura wo ni ma de kro 50 something na wo kura yesi John Dramani Mahama enchire 27.4 billion appropriation no e ko no kura obefa so obenya ebesi na otibi mie na no nchire ene o tu shem na chempe na abeda ne fani nyina efri dabeda enu manifesto enu hwi mu wunye input bia etifri hen
no me da say ma me beto so na yeni nkomo abani
ya nyaminia mo nkomo no na ye den eja mini na mo ana o semi so mitimi be pi ha na ye de kakra ebetwim na ne tie ni se media minsam no ye mienu pe media for na ye turn out e wa Ashanti region ha turn out baby anyoma na keka kone de minu ya nyina begia tum se nipa dodo na ye o madwene wi dada na nyina ni baby aye to abana nso afa na mom se be ya eda ne beduru because e free nra ne nansan ba no wonam a ekwan ankofo be fa so akoto o maba nipa ba ko na mienu bi ye fa ha ye koni sei ni ade ne nyuma o se nya holiday na nti a me nam ne se voter register we no ye nche nti nipa sabi bi a o ma free mu ne o ma eni ho no o musa wo mpa eti enya den kra se 90 and 95% turnout obetumi enya eti da yesra manfo nyina ne se ebre no so a media no mni se hia me pa ebre no so a Ashanti region ha se be ya enkoba se turnout no ebe less than 90% enu ne hia me pa constituency bia hwe e bia 10% ebe ombe absentees no na free polling stations bia na constituency bia e ho no emwa ni pa yi na mom se ye beboa ye ne de ye be koso na enya more than 90-95%
okay
me paso mienu a wo de me di twato ne se ye be sere media for no e ya ko se nra nyoma kakra me hu ye ne se e ya ko se binim ko polling stations ni ade na de omo ya ne se omo kohwe de enko yie wo honko ana abeka na ohwe US election ye ko e migiri pa nka ebisi Ghana ha nka minim de akọ yesre media for no mko a omo nko hunhun ankofo no election day no anopa say the why you say no muntumi nkoto abane mai
let us say mamemra alright shark chebro be ho na me no to so eni nkomo senior
enia
napom
nyame adom na nso e
nyame adom boko emre kopa but eni nkomo
emre na ye be
the professional team for election 2020 and pay yenhwe public financial management under COVID-19. So the online yesika some 2 years especially in these times of COVID. Na yenhwe dia bano as why ye dia from.
You many me da say enche for na enche ahwefo. Na yenka se nyagopon ene eda na se 2016 ye kokoto aba na it looks as if say na otwedi ampono anim say emfie miensa chi sa yare we ba betia te se ewo ewiase na ode na nado danko akufuado ene MPP aban ede edom yen if we say nyesa na nado danko akufuado ene MPP aban ne nyakopon ode me dum ye 2016 3 years later sa COVID-19 ye baya anko bi entimi enhunu de ebetimi asi amana ye me kana sa na nchimu ne sai me kana sa na nchimu ne sai se yehwe baabi a oman yenya yesika free na COVID-19 ebaye na dia akwakoba ne se baabi yenya yesika free nyina ekofom se etoa yagigio ekofom se eniema yekoto na manoni yenya sika de ba the protocol export revenue ye no so ekofom ye oil revenue ye fango ye nsenya ne de boy ho bra including free SHS no ye no so ekofom almost every single revenue line bia be yenya sika de boy ho bra nyina ekofom na afei babia na chese ye register gains kakra ho ana say holiday cost kakra ma hey gold and gold royalties enunti say o bumai wo yesika na odi aye tutuye efata ne titru sa mra yare kwankro we say ebetsinsan amansan ko mu no na chese se wanya abanya ne sikasem totoye ne nhyehyeye ane se wo baaye se dem produce so one fanto one fa agro atomprada na chese enka covid yi baaye na yade a ebeye ni hahane if we say enyese yare no nko na okuo dia akokoba ne se why lockdown and as a partial lockdown enkola wo mko school nyina yeso obi antena fie mpanimfo wo ya adwuma kra ya adwuma free fie afei ye hu yen se omo wo
restaurants when they pay no aba be to bi no anya osika wɔn hotels amanfo book for conferences yes nipa enhia dodo e dey na obi akɔ no akwakɔdi sa edwa no ama airlines wɔn so iremushen so wɔn so mutudi amanfo ɛkɔ no so nyom sika ye no so ɛkɔ from pharmaceutical companies enti even at our local economy cry no wɔn yenye ana mpanka sɛ wo business bi a wo de supply ye nkonwa anase canopies ene de keka ho a yenye na wo kra so business na akoso we say ene tibia oman no ye komu na seven previous so that me kan tikasi awi adwen ene MPP aban nyankopon enim se saa yade besensa mansan komi ebeba mfie miensa chi no osiesie okanifo papa de ne mayen na na do danko akufuado ene na pamfo se sampampan so ni duru ha omomfa nhihye papa enwu akwam na ye no so ne ehunu se yes ye okanifo papa ampa the whole world ajatum esigina yese wo mu asa yare kodie wei baye oman ene president a wo mu gina wo mu nanso ayensiesie papa ama oman nu mu aye boko no ye bubu yensa na nado danko akufuado ene Ghana yetoso miensa we ya ho a if say enkola nko school nese mumpanimfo entra fie ne nya dwuma mfifie na ye nhore yensa na yenye we dia na just de tie ne say electricity ni ye wo fie ye be consume electricity pa na do dan kwakufu ado say electricity mamuntua even a mra wo offend say COVID-19 no ba fomo a wo yi electricity no kra free ho no waja the potokasa my friends a lifeline consumers one bill babes about 19 cedis a month you know nipa best 1 million lifeline consumers of electricity and as I say I'm no kasa nyina nano dan kwa kufuado any MPP aban etua sa electricity no the ema wo mo enso ainaba nansenya na mi hunu ze say me kra na fede me wo enso bela ese mitia at the time of partial lockdown in about 400,000 na ese omutrafie na aban emo moduane die so afei wo hwe wo mo a wo mugina ekon nanim na wo mo ese ye bo mo ho ban ansa na wo mo so aboy en ho ban no so a wo se na nado dan kwakufuaro ni MPP aban egina wo mo na so brane say 50% of our basic allowance yemfa kan wo ho wo PPEs enema wo de share bo mo ho ban so no mo de aboy en so ye ho ban no yemfa ma wo free ya bo modia abie adwuma all of a sudden say adwuma no na produce sa hand sanitizers ne nose masks you know all of a sudden the supply and sana wo mo ya contact tracing obi fru ba bia ba hwan no na hia omunye cheni nko emomodi anse sa ni pakro no ye behu omo na ya test omo ni ahwese omo so omonya bia na 150 Ghana cedis per day per day odema obi a wo ya contract you know the tracing bia sa interventions we for a friend is saying household consumers and as a household any a friend is say apomdin adwuma for health workers and san all signed through National Board for Small Scale Industries and so at the soft loan package sign ababeto ama sign now all over the world we are seeing na omo kura or minus sikasem the potokasem said the local economy no small and medium enterprises woman so na omonzo so no e ade a COVID-19 by hit you pa as hoping as 750 million Ghana cedis. And another than Kufado, any MPP are buying buy 600 million initially, then 150 million Ghana cedis in addition, 750 million. As they say, you be a 2,000, 3,000, 5,000, almost so. And all of a sudden, the system now is very calm. Yanunti, what you say, na by a media review, best July. Aban I can say COVID-19 into mining a bit me back cost requiring a baby 0.9%. But we share some interventions where near my buying to crime we are a fee or ya muscle say at the core best of friends saying 1.9%. Now I'm very confident say possible say by December you know na ye be share mining you know me say bit me abekin best 2%. Banking sector clean up na buy you know you know and I will say one of the key issues was a recapitalization of the banks. Na ya no hon fa so ba ko kese pa asam unity of COVID-19 2 billion Ghana cedis banks nyina kabomu pace card ya to ho say companies are almost ekwa here mu so no almost so no ombetimi access those funds no mo dey expand your businesses san hihye we eye enhihye media me confidence say nyana na dodan kwa Kufado any MPP and etiso if we say oya na bi to ye pen mra bi atwam a ye hunu interventions bia yes my friend is saying Dumso na Dumso yo ne Dumso was a crisis adia ye hunu ya ne say former president Mahama and na pam for dead goat. What would them just say? Why? President Mahama also a dead goat. And or you know what exactly. So simple penny and what was and uncrophonuma ego intervention biama. And our friend is saying a man for fuel. Sometimes graduates have to fuel. Because cost of doing business no na cost ro when we na papa ya nyahwe when you who say cost of doing business e cost intervention Bank of Ghana and say Bank of Ghana reduce policy rates no further from around 16.5% at the bar 14.5% keep your interest rate stable. This is what I'm talking about. Say MPP aban Nana Dankwa Kufado ye kanifo Alhaji Muhammadu Bawumia eboni chidom any ya pam for any yes anhishe because none said dum so no ye te sa in fact ebinu adwuma gu kojo to amene wo kasai obi wo ha wantimi ama back obi wo cold store wantimi ama back if we say dum so no egu na adwuma kra na kofa na nam na pro want me nyat sempoa ana taku kra na aban dia so na sene say wonyina womfa ensa but the point is that local economy no wo build the local economy no wo no eye nipa nyuma sese aban ebomodin ade nani ko because obehwe no na adwuma na wabie no wafa nipa mienu afa nipa enum afa nipa edunum depending on said the capacity in a way I all see expanding the business or not said the ECTA. So what you say now you know so na aban no pressure kwa aban no so say amanfo ni adwuma ye enti na ye hwe na ye mu adwuma na e masa pressure na ye den e ko form so na me hwe sikakrabia enukro wo mu ni say sikakrabia former president Kofo esiesie kama man ya kono fefefe edija NDC aban enye saa sikakorabea no a na bɛte soso ne mfe soso ne hoɔden no nyɛ saa na NDC for edama Nanado Dankwa Akufo-Addo any MPP aban. In fact, one of the banking sector and now says kakrabia said efi moja and omudija Nanado Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Na said Nanado Dankwa Akufo-Addo ni MPP aban an yanshisheye and twana mo say said ye or friend says kakrabia no esi ashisagono ye no yamfa kwan papa bi so sesi ane yamfa handle saade na owie na ebesi oman no yentumi na woni ansi say men's good customers omokam na nsay ya Goko security any other fund management companies bailout aba omina say obia SSS3. The issue is this: banking sector, former President Kufuor, Edija, former President Mills, and former President Mahama, and you know Edija and Nanado Dankwa Akufo-Addo. As far back as 2015, end of 2015, IMF quality review, asset review, indicated say banks mako say. Omadrum pempenso bia anhwe ya omubegu koyoto yewura Dr. Mahamadu Bawumia enso so ejina so esade saasem we atudwa ewo man Ghana m enti banking sector no na yade a na ashago no ye ache de tosumiem ehunu say former President Mahama State of the Nation address echo Parliament of Ghana echo concede the fact say banking sector, banking and supervision division of Bank of Ghana said you almost see Kakrabia no sono Kakrabia and Ketwa Kasiania Dentemu no sono enkoye na yemusa ye ho say enkoya ono a mampania no to sono enkoye na anamonto ben ano to ye said the beya banking sector na bitmi akoye because once again, friend is saying, Simpapani was dead goat syndrome. If you say, so say, send wako State of the Nation address or Parliament House. Wakeka. Kesisu dia say, Yanunti, ene, ochina, and she share away, and we expect a Bank of Ghana, Eddie Gugugua, Kwemu said, the beya. Sa Bank of Ghana supervision or the other banks no enkoye no kwan of us by address but so kind of problem no sa na ujatum na went to me and chere kwan of us by address there so mean some programs na one kakra na nkeye all the former governors say Governor Wampao, Governor Ishaku, even Deputy Governor Siamo nyina considered the fact that banking sector was weak, just that say approach no movie say enka it is a different. Moving on no hinwa. The woman say usha ade call a banking sector NDC for Emma offering saying liquidity support. In fact, so canning now total liquidity support around 7 billion, between 7 billion to 8 billion Ghana cedis. Now and she say a war liquidity support would my banks on a success can a mimi no taxpayers money. Bank of Ghana and she said the decline as a saw this canning ma what they my banker original so name woman prem the sikasem and to yes solvent but illiquid. Indeed, is it true, sir? Some banks now near more liquidity support. No, me a solvent, I doubt. Sir, Sata made him no more go away. Number two, and it's as a Bank of Ghana, I appoint advisor. Nensa so to say, doctor, I diagnose the patient. No one say, me patient, as I say, me money so. And I when you're hoarding. Enti but we're weak to the or choose say man you so ni bibia not just a nessa onyina no ho no hwe no make sure say
nsuo no
akono ho kuzo ko ho a enana exactly what they neighbor all appointee advisors now more appointee advisors na anka liquidity support na core banks and ko mo be say ni say ngombe say ni say ufa capital bank dia bobo ukofa UT dia bobo na UT dia na me nua na etwa me nsunum because yamao 610 million Ghana cedis one kasano regulatory capital wodi adwuma no 120 million Ghana cedis. Now Bank of Ghana won hyehyɛ single obligo limit say eni kwan say obema sika bosia bia o timi ma at a stroke no untimi more than 10% of the regulatory capital. That is only 10% of 120 million krana. That is about 12 million. But Yewra John Dramani Mahama Unia Ibrahim Mahama HA loan every UT bank as hoping as 300 million Ghana cedis at a stroke. Let's just say sikana na ya to atomprede hwe so a non-banking sector cleanup a course yi and shishaya na womo enisuo na womo nisuo no na auditors a womo ko audit banks no na uye auditor nso a adia wako audit bank a anko en no auditing principles and standards na actually was say essese utimi ede ade no etimi etudwa na obi ahunu say ade we attachment ade we ankoye. After banking sector cleanup, 4 audit firms in total, chartered institutes of Institute of Chartered Accountants are finding 2.2 million Ghana cedis. Deloitte and Touche 1.15 million. PKF Panel Care for Staff 550,000 Ghana cedis. Morrison and Associates 350,000 Ghana cedis. And Lambda Mills and Associate 150,000 Ghana cedis. In total, sa 2.2 million. Sanyama when underscores the fact say na banking sector no nyema bi ekoswa na enyadia na eyadia ekoyie hwe sa usha savings and loans are nyina ye witnesses to the fact say mami bi ko savings and loans ba ko won kran o si wo kwakwa yini sika okwa yini kran no me anye sabi sika 7 prediasa sika bi e wosuru bia hwe say the police ni no si bo no ba be si a ne ba ehye na chie afei ansana clean up yi beba kra no former president Mahama ne penso no na as many as 82 microfinance institutions are no so omego me can we say no nyina to underscore the fact say kanse so dua say sade na yesi kakra bia nketwa kese adantemu said the yesi ahihya agono ye no say aban we say antimi antua na mo papa bi an kokra enkayade ankadi wo yonu kese pa na eba exercise we taking place no so papa na ba it's important say me see from no me di ho no exactly if you say here because if we undertake the exercise na hunu so papa na je say anye say ya me no kasai credit momentum said the banks no ewo abetira wo mutimi lend edema manfo no credit momentum no across by 22%. In fact, according to business development manager no say as at last year between January and September na creditor no diama business na around 15 billion But this year, even under COVID, across by a whooping 40% to 21 billion Ghana cedis. A crab bear so now to me, I should bank, I'm gonna to me, I respond this way. So I'm officer, so I'm off Fimoja, so my betty and Yakesia, I'm going to be neat, Sir Jumano. Clean up exercise, no, a ban way and say, any bank beer titru Akesiano, Usika would do Juma. Every 120 million Ghana cedis, enko 400 million Ghana cedis. Ye no na dia betikasi no eba. No mutimi di abwa in times of need. This way. After banking assets, cost by best 22%. So, in terms of deposits, a month when you GDA or banking sector, the deposit is around 19.5 to 20%. To say, I mean, okay. Said America Kayano, and covered by you have banks and Kamboma Critic Consortium, funding of about 2 billion. We any additional money. If we say bank a year sika krabia, and your canesa and in Chile say a young crank crabio and woman yesika and woman pesicani be a cat. Said ye beya or mubedi ye. Omo no mbedi ye, omo mabedi ye, omo nana no mbedi ye, no mo nana nkanso anu mwedi ye. Na ohine ba me no mi no se wo adwuma ne se adwuma no se me kodi dwuma ne se me boka. Ye nya ban Ghana offer say aban say wo kana boy no enya hwe me sa discover for abrel tabi. It's because of and sheye as I say bank no jira na so na omujom na so a emre bi babeso anase se do musi di omudwa no ebetimi aboama amanfo omuhia sika no omudi atretre omunwuma mu omuhia sika no omudi apagya nwuma no mu na amanfo nso so enya adwuma ye no ne ma aban no interest etimi ekọ se de be ya banks no ebegyina ne na so ndo hinba sector no say Nanado Danko Kufuado am cleaning up sector no enka oye nipa na he said your depositors 4.6 million nipa no musika egu bank carpenter ni mason for be auto no wache salary workers any omo keka ho any businesses 2.6 million depositors enka yone pank ebesi wo man no clean up we abomodin avoid this anema we say nyina so say me no ka say fund management companies 27 anaka omo musika egugu ho no nanka wan hwani ya na ekam no say 27 no total claimants around 92,000 no about we say a tremu around 92,000 or tremu around 92%. As I say no we no na enipa omo fund management companies are omo investment omo sankai will be just around 8%. This includes your friend is saying Gold Coast Security and now a Black Shield, Gold Coast Fund Management Company and as a Black Shield Fund Management Company. And this is here on 50,000 bailout. Bani de mo bia kakrana kan ye omo de no more than 50,000 no manso a ewo so ne na bani chese we say ni nyina no odi ato nchen on compassionate grounds say abadaye ewo ni mu nti no omo nyi sa sika we say omo de no more than 50,000 no se manso sem no nya efri ho wi a omo so no omo de ne ojere e de abeka wo ho.
Great. Ana edibesi nanke wase ne Dr. Daniel Owusu Ansa, a senior lecturer Ken UST na fi Dr. Smart Sapon etwa in conversation. So unfortunately we are hard pressed for time. Yedi see anyame adma echina ye be continue with this financial sector zikasem no ntoto no na yedi nkombo. Hopefully ye betima tena say by 10:30 echina.
Okay.
Na yetimi ayedi akosi to vocal so that we can have enough time and discuss this very, very important issue. The firm of Hineba, Ora Ishak Chebrobi, a man I've loved so much before. I mean, in this person I encounter, and then it didn't come on. You see, and I saw him exactly 12:30. It will be time for nationwide sports. Kine Benabudia be Atapuku, Kweku others in Africa for Cheba for Abetanse. No more didn't come on. Exactly 4 p.m. Esaba Abetanse near the district diary on election 2020. No, at the Abreu. Good afternoon.
Joshua,